Hi everyone, and welcome to Thursday night's men's stream, formerly called Make Do Amend from now on. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jordan. And guess what? I can hear you properly now.
I don't know what was going on before then.
Not a clue. Hashtag Restream is stupid.
Restream deserves a slap.
Oh, doesn't it just?
Good evening, everyone, and yes, welcome. It's Thursday evening. You're in for a treat tonight with Jordan.
Yes, as is customary, I hope you're all well.
We're just waiting for people to get settled.
Then we will do the big, enormous reveal.
Yes. So who's here? Andrew, good evening. Will R.R., Philomena, Fearless Bear, Timmy Bobinson. We do have Philomena here on YouTube, though, so we know that's working. Ian Marr has joined us. Adam Otter. Good evening, everyone. Green Dragon is here. Oh, here we go. David JC, good evening. Made in Cornwall, good evening. Hello, Joe and Jordan, says no, Batman.
Batman.
Conscious joining us on Twitch. Hello.
No, on Periscope.
Oh, sorry.
So on Twitter.
On Periscope, yes, Twitter. Good evening to you. Technology is oh God.
It's so rare to see that little symbol.
It really is. That's why I thought it was Twitch. I knew it was blue. Good evening, Jonathan. Okay. I think that's everyone so far. Oh, Robin Chat has joined us. Okay, I think we'll make a start. I could spend all evening saying good evening. Oh, Johnny Not Pal, you're the last one. Good evening to you. Heading over to D-Live. Okay. Right. So, yes. So welcome everyone on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and D-Live or wherever you're watching from. Tonight we are trying something different. I'm going to hand over to Jordan and let him explain exactly what. Let me know when you want me to put up the video, Jordan.
Right. Well, basically tonight we are doing an experiment. I'm not sure how this is going to work. This is either going to be glorious or you're going to watch a man kill himself live on TV. I'm not sure which is the best option for views, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, you can do the real.
Okay, so
we're woodwhittling, lads.
Here we go. This is Jordan's table.
Yeah, this definitely is indeed the table. But we're making a little like jumper sort of thing. And this is going to be like a little Christmas decoration. I have no idea how this is going to go. I've never carved anything in my life. The only thing I did was get a general sort of feel for the knife. I took the corner off here and I scraped away here a little bit. Beyond that, not a clue what I'm doing. So let's give it a go. Yes, a jumper, a little Christmas jumper. And the way it's going to work, this is not a little jumper for a dwarf or anything. It's going to be a little Christmas decoration.
Andrew's asking,
it's going to hang from the tree and off it goes.
Why not an African fertility doll?
Oh, thankfully there is this thing called cultural appropriation, and I think it's incredibly wrong. I am indeed a pale and pasty man. There will absolutely be blood, but don't worry about it. I am also health and safety conscious. I have some electrical tape. I have a tissue. And if it's a very, very bad cut, I have some super glue somewhere, but I can't see it. So.
Dan's talking about how white you are. You've no idea.
I know.
Jordan is so incredibly white, like supremely.
I am a parody of ourselves, basically.
Oh, look at the insults are coming in now, Jordan. Ian Marr.
Is cut towards your chin, not your thumb, as I like to say.
And Jordan's hands are actually giant.
Yeah, I must admit, it's not the easiest size block of wood to hold on to. It is what? 2.5 inches? Oh, maybe 3.
Made in Cornwall says can't watch. Come on, people, have a little faith. I mean, if the screen goes blood red, then I can't watch either.
Yes, you can. You'll be fine.
I'm not
You'll
too
be-
squeamish, actually. I could watch if you sliced off a finger or two.
I
But
don't want to slice off 2 bloody things, just one. Just enough for those Twitch subs, you know, those Amazon Prime subs.
I don't go off focus. Yes, it's live, Green Dragon.
Yeah,
Johnny,
lucky for you.
I thought you were from Wakanda. You live and learn.
Indeed, you do. Anyway, anyone who wants to join in with the wood carving nonsense will be able to see on the website. I have made a little post.
Looks like the intro to Casualty. Conscious is asking, what kind of tree is it from? What kind of wood is it?
This is from a lime tree. I believe in North America this is known as basswood. I don't know if it's known as basswood anywhere, but this is lime.
Okay, everyone's nervous.
I'm bloody nervous. Think of me, for goodness sake. There's like this takes some courage. Let me tell you, this takes some courage.
Right.
Because number one, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Because of that, you need to just listen to this one comment. First of all, Green Dragon saying, excellent, great idea, Jordan. So well done.
Thank you.
Stephen O is suggesting, Jordan, you cut away from yourself.
How the heck am I meant to cut away from myself? That's not fun. But I do take his point. I must admit, I can't really get the control cutting away.
Ian Marr is asking if there is a whittling plan and what the end result will be.
You think I have a plan, my friend?
David JC says, don't tickle it. I don't know what that means. Maid in Cornwall's starting to get worried. She's telling you to concentrate.
No, absolutely not. I will say as well, in fact, if I do indeed slip, the way that I'm cussing, it's not going to go anywhere. I do agree, Job. How do you slice away, though? This is what I'm asking. I should have watched more videos. I definitely should have watched more videos. But such is life, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, but if you're putting pressure on it, you could just push the knife straight into your neck, couldn't you?
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm strong, but I'm not going to go up through my neck. No, he's doing it right in the first place. Well, this is very conflicting. I would say that is indeed the correct way to do it, because as I said, if I miss, it's not going anywhere.
Right. Genuinely, there are a few people asking what you're going to make.
I am making a little Christmas jumper. This is going to be a little Christmas decoration.
He's making a square. Well, people are on fire tonight, aren't they?
Hold it down on the surface and push. Mate, I'm not putting it on my dining table. Calm down.
Ben, that's amazing. But if that was the case, he's already done it and you've come in at the end of the show.
But we're done.
Timmy Bobinson is suggesting a hobby clamp would help for taking off the bulk. In fairness to Jordan, he's trying this for the first time.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
This is not a safety stream, so everyone just brace yourselves. And he's learning as he goes along.
Indeed, this is the fun part of being stupid. Can I just say, like, for anything you want to say about me, I very much doubt there's many other people who would sit on the stream for the first time trying to make something. I've never done this before.
Andrew's asking, did you draw the design on the wood first?
Wait a minute.
I've got to freestyle it.
No. Wait a minute. I made a little.
Oh, he's made a template. That's amazing.
I know.
So, okay, the template is separate from the wood, though. How are you going to carve out that exact shape without drawing on the wood?
No, because I've already drawn on the wood, my dear.
You have?
Yeah, no. Never mind.
So you've copied the outline of the template onto the wood?
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Well, then apologies, because it doesn't show on the camera.
No. I can see it.
Yes, I know, but we couldn't. That's why everyone was asking.
Read the cheese comment.
Made in Cornwall, I can't read your comment out, unfortunately. Sorry. Glowbot thought it was a cooking stream. No.
It was yesterday.
Terrifying, the nice skills need some work.
Absolutely, they do. What I'm going to do.
Can't watch. Hope you have a first aid kit.
Look, I've already explained the health and safety procedures. I've got some Sparky's tape. I've got some just right. Thank you. It's taken me all day.
No, you've disappointed Green Dragon. He thought this was going to be a part of the rocket that you're building.
I don't think wooden rocket is the greatest idea known to mankind, it must be said.
Noctis Ambulos is the one. I just got here. That's some pretty hard cheese. Yeah, this is the cooking stream, thank goodness.
I told you that was a good one.
Jonathan Same is saying, Jordan, just get yourself a Dremel, mate. It's easier.
No, it's cheating.
Green and Pleasant Land. Andrew's asking which pixel is the line.
Do you know what? I have a jigsaw. And as true to form, for whatever bloody reason, when I go to use it, the blade is knackered. I will be totally fair to just about everybody on stream. This is my own fault.
Yeah, but I think the point of this was that Jordan wanted to make something by hand.
Oh, that as well.
Like the sense of satisfaction. We do need some music. We need some of that sort of arty-farty music to play, while Jordan's whittling.
Oh, some jazz music.
Yeah, but it's all copyright.
Okay, somebody go get Chris Dangerfield, and just tell him to sing some jazz to us or something. He used to like pompous jazz. Apparently.
Hang on. Green and Pleasant Lands. Green Dragon. Sorry, I'm not confusing you both.
I should get your flute out, lad.
Yeah, but just give someone warning this time. Unless that's the only song you can play, in which case it's probably slightly irrelevant for the stream. Fearless Bear. Wow, the insults though. Why am I watching a woman's hands? Will says it's the Royal Wood Shop with Master Carpenter Jordan. You've got to stop making him laugh, everyone. He's going to cut his hand open or something. Potter's Wheel music, says Daffy Duck. Fearless Bear's asking you to show feet.
Oh, God. I was waiting for those.
Daffy Duck, honestly.
I was waiting for those stickers, I must admit.
This is a wholesome stream. David JC says, surely there's no way you're expecting this to be finished tonight. The point is, no expectation. He's just trying.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. All I've done, this is the length of research that I took. I was looking around and I thought to myself, what was it people used to do back in the olden days when they were bored? And then I thought to myself, they used to whittle, they used to carve, they used to do stuff like that. So then I Googled some geezer. His name is Doug Licker, if I remember rightly. That cannot possibly be his name upon retrospect. But anyway.
Wonder. Okay.
Yeah, anyway. It may well have been Leica. But anyway, I'm dyslexic. What can I say? I just watched a bunch of his videos in an afternoon. And I thought, you know what? That looks like a bloody relaxing pastime. And that looks quite fun. And then I thought to myself, yes.
These comments tonight are amazing. Ben Mew says, unless you've got the piece of wood from the tree you cut yourself, it's not authentic and a lumberjack shirt.
I do agree.
Daffy Duck, he's making kindling.
That's only if it turns out well.
Green Dragon corrected us. It's not a flute. I never said flute in my defense. It's an Irish penny whistle.
I have no respect for wood and wind instruments, either.
Why?
I just needed something to say to insult it more. Don't question me.
Jonathan Same is asking, do you need some help from the woodlander, Jordan?
Mate, I need some help from someone who knows what they're doing.
Fearless Bear settling in for a 5-hour stream. Johnny Not Pal saying, is that MDF or bolster wood? Come on, man, don't tickle it.
To be fair, that raises a good point. How much are you meant to take off in one go?
You're supposed to follow the template.
I am, kind of. I follow my own template.
I'm challenging you on this.
I'm following my own template. That's good enough for me.
Oh, God. Right, Ben Mew's stopping now. I think he knows you need to focus. Philomena's asking, is this going to be in parts? Part 1 round some corners. Timmy Bobison's saying it's laminated plywood.
If only it'd be easier, I think.
Oh, I love that. I love that song so much, Jonathan's saying.
What song? I can't see it.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Ah, do it, sing it.
No.
For some reason, I was going to do it in a Cornish accent. Oh, you a lumberjack and I'm okay. I don't know why. Anyway, carry on.
Oh, I thought you were going to carry on then. Made in Cornwall is hoping that you're sober.
Absolutely. I hardly drink.
Ian Marr is going to cook some piggy. Good on you.
Oh, mate, I had some and all for dinner. I had some bacon. I had bubble and squeak and some eggs and bacon. It's wonderful.
Right, Timmy is giving you some actual advice here. He says,
Okay,
pull the
good.
block close to your chest and use your elbows as levers. Oh, and use your elbows, levers for power cuts. And I don't think he means an actual power cut. I think he means
No, I have enough of those, thank you.
So if you're using your elbows, you've got leverage there. You're putting more power into each blade stroke.
How do you use your elbows?
Stephen O's asking, are you sure they ain't women's hands?
Yeah, this is actually Joe carving at the moment. I'm just doing a voiceover.
Made in Cornwall, can't you just make a Christmas square?
Oh, goodness. If only.
Daffy Duck says, hardly drinks, can't open the bottle.
Hey, look. I don't mind. I find this hilarious.
I'm starting to wonder if Timmy was serious now, because he's saying, lock your wrists, then tuck your elbows in like a chicken wing.
Right, do you know what? I was just about to do that, and I thought my way through it.
Daffy Duck is saying, didn't think anyone could make me laugh today. Cheers, guys. You're very welcome. Although you're making us laugh. You're making me laugh.
I live for this stuff.
Stephen O saying, maybe you should start drinking. When you take a finger off, you'll not feel it.
Yeah, look, see, I've got into the rhythm now. Kind of.
Anyway, it's customary to begin with a Dremel or a large handsaw to get the general shape started.
Yeah,
It
but
does
that's
general shape.
good.
That jumper is basically a square, but you know, the section between the arm and the body missing.
Yeah, I look. The real question is, how the heck am I cutting that bit out? I don't have a clue. I'm going to work that one out later down the line.
I don't either. Just for goodness' sake, be careful. Do you not have a clamp there?
No, why do I have a clamp? It's baby mode.
Oh God. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay.
I will say I don't know what I'm doing along. I also don't believe in health and safety. I think health and safety is for babies, and
It's for people with all their fingers.
exactly. You know, basically, I'm going to live to regret my life choices, and I'm going to do it in style. So yeah, while you're here, please press the like button.
Yes, please like the kindling. You could start an amazing miniature fire with what you've created there. Fearless Bear says we are 18 minutes in and nothing happened. Ooh,
Wow,
tough crowd tonight.
it really is.
Noctis Ambulo says carving snow for the nativity. Got to start early. Santh saying, what is Jordan making? Do we know? We know what he says he's going to make, Santh.
Yeah.
How that correlates with the end result is anyone's guess. We'll have to wait and see. I know you're all excited. Ben Mew is saying it's true. This is going to be a 3 or 4 part stream. Will RR is saying, welcome to the Wooden Laugh Club. Will is saying a knife is great for whittling edges, but it's all edge right now. And what I think he's saying is you whittle the edge once you've cut it out.
I've cut it out.
No, you haven't cut the arms out.
How the heck am I cutting the arm? Look, I'll work on that.
You with a whittling knife. That's for edging, isn't it? Basically, it's for creating. What you're trying to do is you're just removing wood. I don't really know. Ben Mew's on it again. Didn't you do woodwork at school?
No, first off, I didn't go to school.
Well, that's not true.
Well, it's okay, fine. I went to school for like 2 years. Right? No, I didn't go to school, basically. That's how that one ends.
Robin Chat is asking, is that Scrooge's Christmas cheese board? Really funny. The tiniest cheese board in the world. Ian Mars says, fingers are very overrated.
Yeah, see, look, Ian gets it. Ian understands perfectly.
Raiden Cool says it's going to look like a frozen jumper on a washing line. Come on. Daffy Duck says, built a shed yesterday in about this time and painted it. Sure. Oh, Jonathan, same. This is a good question. I'd like to know the answer to this. Is it going to be like Blue Peter and here's one I made earlier? Are you going to just switch them out when you think no one's looking?
You found that?
Just a perfectly finished jumper. Oh, wow.
You're all laughing at me deep down inside. You're thinking, blimey, this is quite a brave thing to do. I know it. I know you're all thinking that because I'm sitting here thinking it. And if I'm thinking it.
I'm incredibly impressed. I mean, I'm not a terrible cook, but it would take a lot of courage to do it on stream because cooking's all about the timing. And even the best cook in the world can screw up the timing if you get distracted and you can burn food. So I do think it takes a lot of courage and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what you're going to make yet, but that doesn't mean I'm not proud of you. Philomena thinks you're making hamster sawdust. I should be writing these down. These are amazing. David, I can't speak myself now. David JC says it's all going to end in tears.
Pretty much.
Daffy Duck is suggesting maybe it's best not to use power tools.
I see what you did there. Reverse psychology does not work on me, good sir. I understand what is happening.
Will says this is like being home for the holidays. My dad wasn't any good with carpentry either. Oh, bird. Andrew says this is a nicer comment. Like Michelangelo's David, there's a masterpiece in there. Let's hope he doesn't miss it.
I might have a shoot.
Sir Francis says this is the scenic route to grated cheese. Johnny Not Pal says when Jordan opens his online Christmas shop, it will be 2030. He's asking what type of wood it is. What did you say it was called?
Limewood, also known as basswood in North America.
Thank you, but that's what I couldn't remember. It's all fun and games until someone loses a thumb or an eye or, a throat. Right, Stephen is taking bets on you removing a finger. Wow. Where's the food?
Where's my bet? Where's my money?
Lamina says thumbless nationalism. Can we get some thumbs up in the chats in case it's the last thumb Jordan ever sees? Will says it's like cutting into the world's hardest cheese. Ben Mew says, Jordan, get a vice and a coping saw. You're welcome.
No, baby mad.
Jordan is determined to do this old school.
No, near my
just
because I don't have anything else to do.
Will says 10 fingers knife. What are the odds?
The reality is, the part to do this is you actually do constructive stuff, and I'm fully on board with trying to do constructive stuff.
I think the difference between us and most groups who are talking about changing the world.
Watching life in real time. Yeah, I can't you that one.
Yeah, but they're not doing anything though, are they? They're talking about it, but they're not doing anything.
But exactly. So there you go.
I don't know.
If my absolute idiocy, which is exactly what this is, if that encourages you to get into doing something, then I'm very happy. The job is complete.
Everyone has to remember as well, you know, this isn't something that just anyone can do first try. It's a skill. It
Oh
has
yeah,
to be
it's a
honed.
skill.
You
I would
have
just
to do it first try.
during my how long? But my 2-year experience at school. During that time, I somehow managed to get a D in art. Now
So
you
did
tell
I.
me, how does a 10-year-old get a D literally half the year because he broke his hand or wrist, what it was? Anyway, he broke his wrist and he actually got better grades than I did. That's what I'm dealing with. In any capacity, and I'm confident much.
I think art is one of those things. You either have it or you don't. I don't think it's something you can learn.
For a split second, I thought you were going to say, and you don't have it.
I have an eye for art. I can look at something and see all of the glorious detail, and I understand the point of it. So I know what looks good. I just can't take that from my eyes to my hands and produce it.
Same here, as we're learning.
Noctis Ambulo says we're watching a man dull a knife in real time. Johnny Not Powell says I have to admire Jordan's perseverance. Stephen O is wondering if there's an A&E close by.
No hospital.
Xanth is suggesting some extra serving spoons for Christmas. Maybe that's your next job.
Yeah, but that little a little thing. Spoon carving. A spoon carving thing, that's what I meant to say.
A spoon carving thing.
Yeah, like it's like a weird, it's like an ice cream knife.
All right. Johnny Not Powell. This is why we fight. Accident and emergency stream goes viral. Yeah, Jordan did cut in and out a little bit there, Andrew, but he seems to be back now. It's one of those dodgy things. I think as soon as you add video, the audio takes a hit, but it seems to have settled down now.
Which is kind of ironic, considering we don't want that.
Yeah, you go a bit robotic every once in a while, but generally it's okay. There you go. Thank you, Green Dragon. This is what we need to see. I wish I had a block of wood to work along with you. This actually was the point of doing something like this. Jordan was hoping that if anyone watched him grapple with his first piece of wood and think, actually, that's kind of relaxing. He was wondering if maybe this could be something that we do on future streams, where if we plan the stream about a week in advance, what we're going to be doing on the next stream, maybe a few of us can actually do the same thing along with him. So that's certainly an idea. I think it's rather a good one.
Next week, electrical testing with our time. I enjoy that.
I'm still catching up. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I think it's a nice idea to make this as interactive as possible. We want to inspire people to do things. It doesn't really matter what the outcome is. It doesn't matter if it's something that you are proud of, if it's your first try, or if it's something you can sell, or if it's something you can give to someone. The point is taking part.
The thing as well. I have a pop-up. Please leave me alone. There we go. Thank you for that. The thing as well, so many people say, "Oh, we shouldn't play video games. We should do other things," and then they list off like reading. I don't like to read. So I have better things to do with my time, by and large. You know, I do read occasionally, but it isn't often. So, you know, we need other things to do, is my point. And I think something like carving is a good idea.
Yeah. Just to mention something Xanth just said. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all our friends in the United States.
Indeed.
As I was reading on Discord, it's now Black Friday Eve, isn't it? Because they've commercialized and destroyed yet another family holiday. So we're not having that. It's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Indeed. Think how much better it would be if you was able to give somebody a wonderful carved out lump of wood.
Well, why not? I mean, I know the point of it is to show what you're thankful for, but you can still give something as I'm thankful for everything you did for me, Mum and Dad. And by the way, here's a small gift. Why not?
It's something that's
Something
actually,
I've made.
it's something that's taken me time to make as opposed to money to buy.
Yeah.
This is what I truly hate about Christmas. Cannot stand it. The fact that every present is bought. It's like there's no thought going into any of it. This is just random stuff. You've bought something because you feel like you have to.
Well, that's quite a cynical take on it. I mean, for my family, I tend to buy people things that I know they can't afford ordinarily, or that they can't justify spending, you know, that kind of money on themselves when they've got other responsibilities. So I tend to buy them things I know they want or need. But I suppose, yeah, do we really need this stuff? I think it's more a case of we want it. But it's our job, isn't it, to try and make the people, people's lives easier, the people we love. And I think that goes a long way towards it. I do hate the consumerism aspect of Christmas, though.
Absolutely.
For me, I enjoy giving presents more than receiving them. And it's really all about family for me. Which is why I'm so taken. I was so taken with Will's idea about the caroling groups and, you know, just getting back to the things that remind me of childhood Christmases. We always had carolers, or we had the Salvation Army. And you'd hear them coming from miles away, of course you would. But it just evoked memories of Christmas. And I thought, what a lovely idea. It's these things that we don't want to lose, that we have to maintain, that we have to preserve.
Absolutely.
We've got quite a large age range of people in the chat, and, you know, very soon, and I don't mean in the next couple of years, but very soon, the people that all chat here today are going to be our nation's pensioners. The time will fly, and you won't know where it's gone, and suddenly it will be upon us. And we will be the last remnants of people who have any recollection of how good things used to be, or at least the wonderful things that were good. And the further I think we get away from the people who live with those things, the less important they'll become. So it really is up to us now to be the vanguards, you know, to be the protectors, the librarians, whatever you want to call it. We've got to be the people who preserve these things now. Maiden Cornwall says, if we wait long enough, you could get £250 on You've Been Maimed.
Is You've Been Framed still going?
I don't know. Yeah,
YouTube basically destroyed You've Been Framed. Because whenever the hell you feel like it, you can just Google someone doing something stupid.
I suppose you'd still get your video on, like, national television, I suppose.
Maybe. Is that really the draw? I suppose it is.
Oh, it's the cash, isn't it? You get your clip on television and you get paid for it.
True.
David JC says that you're carving a life-size representation of a small piece of wood.
I'll tell you what this is. None of you lot have worked this out yet. I'm doing Bourgie kindling. I'm going to be targeting all the yuppies. They can watch me make kindling. You laugh away, I'll tell you. When the world has ended and we don't have anything, You're going to be sitting there thinking, oh, bloody hell, I wish I was able to carve.
I think it's a very versatile and useful skill. And I know I've joked about as everyone else has, but I don't take it lightly. These are the skills that I think once gone will never be revived. So
I would say like carving, I wouldn't go that far.
all right, let's say they'll be more difficult. I mean, at the moment, a lot of people are reviving them, which is why there's so much help and tutorials and things available.
I can't work out if that was a throwing shade or not.
Johnny Not Power is saying, to be honest, Jordan, you could have, I think that's what that means, TBO.
Yeah, maybe. To be honest, yeah.
You could have done that with a sheet of 60 grit sandpaper on a desk and your thumb joints would thank you for it. Yes, but I think the point was he wanted to whittle something.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't about being good. This isn't about being efficient. This is about working something out.
Yeah. Okay. There's a comment there about shilling for America. No, we're just saying happy Thanksgiving to our American pals in the chat. Don't see anything wrong with that. Ben Mew says the only thing I've ever had that's been handmade are Christmas and birthday cards. Yes, we definitely need to step up our game, I think.
Fully agree.
Stephen O says, what do you think of the homemade crafted Christmas gifts I share in Telegram? I love this idea of, you know, we often say that yeah, it's such an overused phrase. It's a thought that counts, but it really doesn't mean anything because we say it for everything. But it really originates from stuff like this. But putting more thought and time into a gift than money really shows that you did think about it, that you cared enough about someone to put all that time into it, all that effort. Green Dragon's never seen a caroling group. It's literally, you've seen them on television, surely. It's literally a group of people. Just, you know, knocking at doors. You've all got a little booklet-sized piece of paper with some lyrics on it, and torches probably because modernity. Personally, I prefer lanterns, but that's for next year. And you just sing. You just sing.
Anyway, what are the other pressing issues of today?
I don't know. I've not been online all day. I've been in mummy mode, so I'm.
Chat, update us. What's been going on in the world? I've been a little busy.
Oh, Ben Mew makes a good comment. You also need to learn the knife and wood type, so it's practice for the next piece.
Yeah.
This is all a learning curve. So Philomena suggesting the arms may be too small. You know, the size of them that you've drawn, and it might be difficult to cut around them.
It probably would be. I have a feeling I'm going to enlarge this significantly.
Yeah.
Oops. Don't drop it. It's delicate.
JC is asking if we thought about sending this idea to Hollywood. We've had a few thoughts about Hollywood, and not all of them are good for Hollywood. And that's pretty much all we'll say on that. Wouldn't take their money if my life depended on it. Oh, Green Dragon says, I'm going to get some woodworking experience, Jordan. A neighbour offered to show me.
Good. See, we're expanding, lads. We're expanding.
Philomena, regarding your asking the chat to update us, she says COVID stuff, more COVID stuff, and more COVID stuff. Green Dragon's neighbour is a retired joiner. Stephen O says Doris Johnson is still a globalist shill. Oh, that's not really news, though, is it?
Is it still? It might have changed.
Yeah, you know, as I said on the last stream, I think that unless something that is actually news comes to light now, we've pretty much covered everything we can regarding COVID, the masks, the vaccines. I watched a really great video by Simon the Woodlander earlier. And actually, Jonathan, same. You made some great comments on there, and very appreciative of what you said about myself and Jordan. But the reality is, we haven't focused for some time, I think, on the kind of world we want to create. We have in the past, but it's been a while because this has overtaken everything. So that's really something I'd like to get back to, because going through all that COVID BS, researching it, and it was a lot of research, believe me.
Oh God, yes.
I just got so black-pilled. It's interesting because just before the last Tuesday Tyranny stream, I said to Jordan, I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. And we're literally getting to the point now where it's repetitive. It's the same topic, even though it's a bit of extra news on it. So, and we're not political commentators. That's not really our role. It's not. We don't have anything to do with politics, as you know. We don't endorse any politics. We don't endorse any political ideologies. We don't endorse any politicians. Well, you know, find me a politician that's worthy of it first. But even so, it's something that we just want to. We've said before that sometimes focusing on all of the problems can distract you from finding solutions, because it gets you into this, I guess, this downward spiral of just becoming overwhelmed with it. So the Tuesday shows will be about whatever's going on, and everything else will be community. Andrew, I'm right there with you. Honestly, it's just making me feel unhappy and tired and sad, and it's actually wonderful to come here and have a laugh with you guys. It really does make a difference. I was in such a terrible mood before this stream because I'm exhausted. Because I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I've had an early day and I've had a busy day, and I was just really kind of flat and drained, and I've really enjoyed having a laugh with all of you. Jordan, everyone's asking, will you hold it up, please? They'd like to see some detail. Do you think you could stop?
Okay.
Good, thank you. It is impressive, Will. I'm so done with it. If anything comes to light that we feel is relevant, we'll share it with you. But otherwise, I think for us and for you, it should be full steam ahead for the world we want to make, for the communities we want to create, for the behaviors we want to promote. So,
for the attitudes we want to develop.
Yes.
I think that's an important one. Right. Ignore the previous line. Where is this? There we go. Ignore the previous line. That now does not exist in my world. We are now taking out this section here.
Right. So you're going to make the body slimmer, the arms slightly wider.
Indeed.
Right. Okay.
This is where you ask me, do I know what I'm doing?
Oh, that's lovely, Andrew, who says, I actually managed to get to sleep last night, though. This community is definitely a big positive. Yeah, I think one of the most important things, and it's really wise to never forget this, just knowing that you're not alone, just knowing that other people are willing to do something to make this change, to make this better, I think is a massive white pill. Just the knowledge of it, even if nothing else happens. Space Hopper Mark is asking, is it a block of cheese?
That joke has been had.
Yes, you missed that one. Stephen though says, I'm surprised Jordan still has all 12 fingers. Daffy Duck says, tip for insomniacs, audiobooks on YouTube. It's actually not a terrible idea. Green Dragon, the training was immense. Honestly, it's so well delivered. And I think everyone really enjoyed it. In fact, as I said last night, I was actually disappointed to have to come away from the training to do the stream because I was genuinely interested in what was being said and what I could learn from it. So I'm really pleased that it went ahead, and I won't give any spoilers, but I do believe that Will is going to make an announcement regarding further training, hopefully on next Wednesday's show, which would be great. Because honestly, for those of you who couldn't make it there, you've missed a treat. This is so beneficial for us all.
Yeah, I had a great time listening as well. I have an update.
Oh, bless Timmy. Right, okay, go Jordan.
I have an update. This seems to work much better for some reason.
What does?
Cutting down and then cutting across. Taking out like a big old chip.
Would that be easier with a hammer and chisel?
Yes, but do I have a chisel?
I'm assuming the answer is no.
Pretty much. Certainly
Okay.
not one for this.
So Will's mentioned a Christmas show regarding traditional carolers called Tudor Christmas, if anyone wants to go and give that a look. Thank you very much, Will. Yeah, so Francis, this is one of the problems. It became a running joke that I stopped watching television completely.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching the news. And when we research for the Tuesday streams, I have to go through the news. What I do is I take the mainstream headlines, completely dismiss all the content, and then I go online and find the truth about the headline that I've just read. But yeah, it's become too much. I don't actually care anymore. I want to get in this mindset where whatever they do, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything we must do.
That's basically my attitude.
I mean, if they say they're going to, go door to door and round us all up, then obviously, forewarned is forearmed, right? So you'd need to know about stuff like that. But generally, all this talk about the Great Reset, every different version of every different globalist talking about how they're going to screw us over and we'll enjoy it. It's too much now. And they do this on purpose because they know it's too much for us. So while I appreciate a few people keeping an eye on things, I'm pretty much done with it. I just want to focus on positive stuff. I want to focus on what we can do, what we can have, what we can create. And nothing else really matters.
Fully agree.
Ah, that's nice, Anglo-Saxon. Yes, the eunuch shouted our channel earlier. That's very nice. It's a shame that, I don't know, I feel like a bit of an old woman, to be honest. I'm normally in bed by midnight. And so a lot of these streams I miss, and I'm so busy. I just don't get a chance to watch anyone else's content. It feels very one-sided at the moment. So we have to make more of an effort to show up on other people's streams and show support. But that's awfully kind of her. So thank you, Yiz, if you're listening.
Probably wishes she was watching this. Riveting TV right here. That's what we've got, lads.
No, but this is good. This is actually something. You're producing something. This is the purpose we kept talking about.
Indeed. This has been a long-standing goal of mine for quite a while, to actually do stuff. Now, I will admit, quite freely, I expected it to go a lot better. But that is in no small part because I have absurd ambitions.
Yeah, Jordan thinks big. You may have noticed, chat. Probably a bit more preparation, but I know you were so excited to get on with this. The point is, though, none of this is wasted. It's a tiny piece of wood. The tools that you've bought can be used over and over again.
Exactly.
And you can keep producing. You can keep making other things. And like we mentioned with Will's training, you're kind of learning on the job. That's the way most things work. McDonald, I'm pretty sure that's been answered because I'm quite a ways back in the chat at the moment. But just in case it hasn't, and I'm going through as I'm talking, it's basically online outreach training. It's public speaking, boosting confidence, teaching us how to be social again and how to speak with confidence in a social setting, which is something I feel that was degrading long before the lockdowns occurred. I think that just really brought it home to everyone how isolated we have truly become.
Yeah, as we said last night, how many of us, not just us in chat, but just in general, how many in society have been locked down for months on end and not noticed?
Yeah.
Just their general life has not changed.
Yeah, as I said last night, for many people, they've made a joke out of it. Oh, the lockdown hasn't affected me at all because these people had already stopped going out. Johnny Not Powell just says, you're going to split it, Jordan. Drill a line of holes, mate. Well, Jordan won't use a drill, but thank you for the caution.
To be fair, that is a very good point. I'm looking at this thinking the same thing. Oops. I do not have a drill on me.
Well, why don't you start working on the other arm then? And
that was literally about to be my answer.
Yeah. Oh, 42 says you need advice to use a chisel. Yes, of course you do. So, yeah, mainstream media is poison. It's literally poison to us, and it's there for a reason, and it's to make us feel demoralized and sick and feel helpless. That's, yeah, lies. The lies, the lies are so blatant now. It's like they're mocking us. And it's honestly outrageous the way they behave. And I think that adds to it as well, that they know what they're doing to us and they just don't care. So let's not give them the satisfaction anymore. David JC Jordan says, this is strangely entertaining. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for the money shot. If you're waiting for a gush of blood over the screen like some bad horror movie.
There will not be one. I've made a promise to myself. I will not cut myself on TV.
Neil Christie, Jordan says, I was a professional woodcarver for 12 years.
Oh, God, I'm really sorry. I really apologise.
No, he's saying, I gave it up 8 years ago to do other art forms. I could probably offer some advice. That would be great, Neil Christie. Thank you.
Please do.
Exactly. These people are telling us what we can do, what we can't do, when we can do it. How dare they? I don't recognise their authority. They can do
No, absolutely not.
Yes, this is live whittling, Anglo-Saxon. The person who is whittling is Jordan, and he's speaking to you as he's doing it.
I'm doing an average job, shall I say. I have a question. Right? My brain is... This is how bad I am at art. Let's get some light on that. When the jumper goes up into the body, the high point between the sleeve, should that be on the inside or the outside?
And it's normally like a lowercase y, isn't it?
What the heck does that mean?
If you're talking about if you were drawing it, so I'm not quite sure how you would do it with wood. Yeah, like, I can't describe it and I can't draw.
I'm looking at my own jumper. Give me a minute. No, the high point has to be on the inside. That's the only reasonable way. Okay. Now I understand. Once again, chat, not an artist. Do not have any fundamental clue what the heck I'm doing. And that's part of the fun and the humour.
Hello, Donning Armour. You're bouncing between this and a pagan Thanksgiving stream. Hell the old gods. Well, thank you so much for showing your support. It's good to see you. Ish. I mean, ish on this.
It's good to read from you.
It's good to read from you, yes.
I'll say it for I'll get you out of that hole.
Yes, 42, who is responding to Neil Christie. Shout it out. Advice from someone that is experienced is always good.
Always, absolutely.
Anglo-Saxon, I want to see some claret. Oh, you're bloodthirsty, you. Yeah, oh, wow. Whittle Englanders by Silence is Legend. Legend. That's amazing.
I'm disappointed nobody thought of that beforehand.
I know. Green Dragon saying, cut the bottom. The arm first. Cut the bottom of the arm first, Jordan, otherwise you'll split the wood right up.
What the heck do you mean cut the bottom of the
I think
arm?
it means only cut the bottom out. Don't go all the way up to the joint.
Okay, that's reasonable. I understand. See, now that's a logical comment.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that's what he means.
We'll find out. I will not do anything.
Stephen O's asking why it has moves.
Does not have any moves going on there. It's perfectly reasonable. It's a flat, well worked out human being.
David JC says, I don't think it matters. Nobody's going to wear it. That's actually really good.
No question. I don't like that you had to ask what I was making. It is attempting to be a small jumper. It's going to be a little Christmas decoration sort of thing.
In fairness, Jordan, all people can see is the actual outline, the silhouette. We can't see any of the detail that you can see unless you hold it right up to the camera.
I can't see any detail
It's quite pixelated. Johnny Not Powell says you're getting stuck in and having a go, and that's the main thing.
Damn right. See, I don't get bogged down by these vicious comments in chat. I don't mind at all. As I said, once again, no idea what I'm doing. Not even the beginning of a clue what I'm doing. I came across a couple of videos and I thought it would be a good laugh.
Andrew's suggesting that maybe you could cut the bottom of the arms at an angle to create a divot, then gradually expand it. Possibly.
Right, so basically like chip away all the way up, correct?
I would, yeah, if you just cut the section where the wrist would be and then work your way up, like cut it completely,
yeah, okay, that's
work
reasonable.
your way up in sections.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's what one means.
I'm also quite a cack-handed individual. I'll tell you one thing, I'm getting warm.
Silence is Legend says, I can definitely see it becoming a jumper.
Oh, there we go.
Starting to take shape.
He's a man who wants some lemons.
Stephen O says that will fit Nicola Sturgeon, aka Jimmy Cranky in drag. Is she that tiny? Green Dragon saying that wood is making me want a slice of toast. Ha ha. David JC says, seriously though, it's making me want to have a go. Nice one, guys.
Yeah, see, it's fun.
I'm not telling him to cut his wrist, Stephen.
Secretly, you were.
No, of course not. Robin Chat says, to think you can have 7 done in just a week. Well done, sir. That's like supreme sarcasm.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't. I think for something like this, genuinely, I think there's more satisfaction actually doing it than getting to the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So Francis says, I don't believe this. I would never have mocked if I knew this was you, Whitland Live, Jordan. I'm not sure. Philomena does point out, though, that Jimmy Cranky is just as wooden as that jumper. That's a good point.
We need a proper stream on Nicola Sturgeon. Sturgeon, rather. I don't know why. I always call her Surgeon. Yeah, Surgeon. Jesus Christ. I messed my own brain up there.
It's because she's carving up Scotland. Some nationalist she is.
Absolutely. What does she want? To be a slave to the European Union. When does she want it? Immediately.
It's an interesting point, though, I'll quickly make about the EU. And it was brought up a few times in the, there's no English Parliament, the UK Parliament, where it seemed like it was quite a shock to MPs that they had to actually get off their backsides and do some work.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything was done by the EU for so long.
Yeah.
If you've got to think, if Sturgeon's a bit of an incompetent arse, well, I say
a bit.
We know. By handing the reins of Scotland over to a foreign power, which, by the way, is treachery, which, by the way, used to be dealt with in a certain way, but never mind, that doesn't apply anymore. She's going to get an easy ride. She's going to be a puppet PM. They are going to make all the decisions, have all the authority. She's just going to rubber stamp everything. She'll have no choice. If she thinks she's going to have any control, she's wrong. But she'll have no choice. And anything that goes wrong in Scotland, she would say, hey, it's not me, guys. We're in the EU.
What did she used to do? Or has she always been in politics?
Oh, she used to dress up as her husband's son when she was his wife, didn't she? I genuinely don't know. Does anyone know what Wee Cranky did before she became the First Minister of Scotland?
Google it. This is what I normally do on the stream when I ask a question on the men's stream. So now you're going to have to get into the attitude of it. I did see a comment from Neil. He said, work with the grain.
Yes, never go against the grain.
Yeah, I believe I am.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Let's find out what Nicola Sturgeon. Right. Right, let's have a look. So she joined the SNP in 1986 when she was 16. Interesting. And cited Margaret Thatcher as the reason for her involvement. On the one hand, Thatcher showed that a forceful woman could reach the top in politics. She's not a forceful woman, though, is she, Cranky? She's more like a yapping Jack Russell, just one of those annoying little dogs that you wish would go away.
I desperately wish I could do an accent. And if I could, I would.
But on the other hand, Thatcher had imposed deeply conservative policies to which the teenage Sturgeon was fiercely opposed. Holy crap. Okay. After obtaining a law degree in 1992 from the University of Glasgow, Sturgeon became a solicitor with the Glasgow law firm. So she's a lawyer or a solicitor.
What is his specialisation?
Doesn't say. Let me carry on reading. But her ambitions always lay with politics. It just talks about politics, and I'm going to have to find another source. All right, I hate using Wikipedia, but okay, we're going to try. Interesting. This doesn't talk about it either. Hang on. Early life and education.
Well, there's an early life, so that's odd.
So she completed her legal traineeship at McClure Naismith, a Glasgow firm of solicitors. It doesn't say. It still doesn't say what she specialised in. It goes straight to her political aspirations.
I would imagine some sort of corporate law. If I had to take a stab in the dark.
I'm going to see if I can find anything at all.
Anglo-Saxon. Can you guess what it is yet? I should hope so. It's coming along. Slowly. Kind of. I just realised you're not showing stream what you're doing.
No, I'm just Googling it.
You've broken the...
Well, if I show the stream what I'm doing, then we take you off.
Yeah, but I'm down in the corner.
I think people would rather watch you than see Sturgeon's face, don't you think?
Oh, I don't know. Depends, to be honest.
Angie Auger is asking what colour are you going to paint it?
I'm just going to oil it and see how that goes. And go from there.
Neil Christie says, carve along with the grain. When crossing the grain, you are cutting across the fibres. Bazooka Joe, what? I thought she was married. I know that one doesn't preclude the other, but still. Did you know she was a lesbian?
I did not, but looking at her haircut.
That's true. That's
Just-
a beautiful way.
just- Just bring a picture of her up for me, please.
Oh, no. Everyone knows she's got like a skinhead crew cut long thing.
A skinhead crew cut long thing.
Yeah, like a long skinhead. Like she's just typical sort of, Leslie haircut. Oh, donning armor brings up a good point. Jordan, are you wearing a mask?
No, I'm not.
He won't be dictated to. It's just that simple. There's
No,
safety on this video at all.
I do not accept health and safety.
But
as I said earlier on, if I get a cut, I have some super glue, but it's somewhere and I can't find it.
I will say though, Jordan, on a serious note, you probably should wear something over your nose and mouth because people who've worked with wood, and although this is not machined wood, there will be particles in the air and they will get on your lungs. As you don't do this for a living, you'll probably be okay. But if you plan to do this as a regular thing, you might want to get something.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Sounds like overkill to me.
Angie's asking, could she order 25 for Christmas?
2025 or something.
You understand that none of them are going to look like any others, don't you? I don't know. I'm really proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, I know. But this is why I set the men's stream up in the way that I did. Every week on the men's stream, for those who've turned up for the first time today, first off, I apologize. Secondly, this is basically what we do. We just kind of
see
bumble
how
around.
stuff works.
Yeah, exactly. We bumble around and we try and work stuff out as we go along.
Yeah, I know that's the point of handmade, that each is unique, but I don't know that they'd necessarily all look like jumpers. I'm not having a dig, but it's hard work and it's your first time, and I'm just being reasonable.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. I don't mind.
Green Dragon says, did the Neolithic farmers wear a mask to whittle plows? I don't think so.
That's my attitude.
True, they died in their 40s, didn't they?
Yeah, they lived quite a long while, by and large.
By and large.
Well, don't get me wrong.
I'm just saying, if you were doing this every day, all day, every day, I would suggest that you wear something to filter out sawdust from getting on your lungs. That's not health and safety gone mad. That's just common sense.
Maybe.
But as you're not doing this all day, every day, this is not an issue. Just, don't take deep breaths, that's all. Don't inhale. Right, Jordan, you're going to have to entertain the stream. You're going to have to multitask for a moment because there's a cup of tea with my name on it. I'm going to put the kettle on.
God damn you. Fair enough. I'll just talk to you, lads. She could have waited 1 second for me to take a drink. But anyway, Angie says her hobby is hand embroidery and some pieces takes her years to complete. It's a matter of patience. How do you remember what you wanted to start with? Like, on each question, when these things take so long to do, how do you remember where you wanted to go? Green Dragon says I have a long middle finger. It's a Viking trait. Yes, I am in no small part Norse. I know this because I have, well, I don't, but family members have that bloody disease. I never remember what it's called, but basically it's the one where your the inner sheaths kind of tighten up. Thank you, David. He says I'm doing quite well. And Fearless Bear says first down it's starting to look like something. There were a couple of others I've missed on set, and I'll go find them. Andrew says you plan it out from the first step. See, this is why I definitely couldn't do anything like embroidery. That's just taking far too long. And Neil says, now you only need a mask if you're sanding with machines and the air is thick with dust. Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. MDF is especially bad. Not carpal tunnel, no. The other thing, it is a uniquely Norwegian trait, so that proves at least a fair portion of my heritage, along with many others on these isles probably. And basically all that happens is the little sheaths in your fingers get tight, and that's when you end up with the little claw hands. So yeah, as you know, you can see there's something starting to happen there. Pop it onto the other window. There's something starting to happen. Slowly form is taking place. I'll also be honest, quite a comfortable knife. When I got it, I was a little bit... I wasn't super impressed with it. As you can kind of see, almost, there's a little bit of pitting on the blade. And I was thinking, you know, this doesn't particularly bother me, but this is Swedish steel. I've heard many great things about it. And I expected many great things from it. This is like the world's longest tea break. This is worse than mine.
Oh, shush, I'm back. I was just letting you finish.
Oh, all right, thank you.
There you go.
I'm glad you came back. I'm just sharpening my knife.
Okay. Back to work. Come on, chop, chop.
No, sharpening, calm it down.
No, it really starting to take shape.
It's actually kind of remarkable. For those, I mentioned this earlier, and I also mentioned this yesterday. There is a wood carving thing on chat, not on chat, sorry, on the website at the moment. So anyone who's interested in getting involved, by all means, look that up as well. And we can share ideas and techniques.
Exactly, because this isn't going to be for everyone. We would like everyone who's able to give it a try. But it won't be for everyone. You can still make something nice and then move on to something else.
Yeah.
But it shows that you're willing. It shows that you're open-minded, that you're willing to do something that you know will benefit this community. This may not be the thing for you. You may have to try a few things before you find the right one. But it really all comes down to enjoyment. If you find this sort of thing enjoyable, as Andrew has said many a time, start it as a hobby. Do it as a passion project. And if it turns out that you want to move into business with it, then we'll do everything we can to support you. And hopefully we'll, as we grow, we'll be building up a fantastic network of consumers for these products. Green Dragon, I don't know if you read this.
I've already read that one.
Okay.
I've just sharpened my knife. Holy Christ, does this thing take an edge? I take back what I said. I don't care if steel is pretty, I just want it to be sharp.
Right. Let me catch up.
I saw Stephen took a pop at me for buying Swedish steel or not British steel. That was the last one I got up to.
Okay. Yes, I just want to reiterate what Philomena said. Thank you, Goy and Unwashed, for hosting. It's very kind.
Thank you.
I can only see that you've done this if someone mentions it, because it doesn't come up on Restream. So thank you for that, Philomena. It's only when you say thank you that I can.
I apologise to the inherent audience, thinking they're getting some sort of mastercraft going on.
Did you read out this one? About Fairy Liquid?
Yes, I did. I just saw it. And yes, I do indeed.
That's something you can do for your next one. Christmas stocking.
Hey.
Wooden stocking.
It's funny you mention that. I got this wood, and it's just about the right size to get 3 and a little bit out of it. The extra little bit I'm going to be making into a little Christmas sock. And what I'm thinking as well for the little designs on the Christmas jumper, I was going to do a little Christmas tree. And on another, I'm going to do a little sock.
Oh,
Probably should have started with the sock, to be honest.
it would have been much easier.
Well, yeah, I know, but baby mode, isn't it? But for goodness, it's a jumbo. It ain't that difficult. I'll work it out.
You still want to set yourself a bit of a challenge. I think for you, the fun is in the doing rather than the end result.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will tell you, this is strangely mesmerizing. I'm not joking. I'm genuinely not joking.
Are you trying to say you're falling asleep?
I'm saying it's kind of fascinating.
Good. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, it's inspired some people to either take it up or
not just that,
something.
but seeing it take shape. Just, for all the jokes and mucking about at the beginning, you've been going for what? Just over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it's starting to take shape, and it's your first time, and I'm really, really impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. So I thought I did reply, but nothing came out of my mouth, and then I realized I didn't say anything. Then when I went to say something, nothing happened.
Yeah, it's because you were overcome with emotion, weren't you?
It was. I was tearing up inside.
Feels, didn't it?
I was also thinking maybe on another. I'm not going to do it on this one. Do like a little turtleneck situation going on.
A little what?
A turtleneck.
Okay.
I know that'd be pretty awesome, I reckon. We've grown to a bit of a halt here. I'm not 100% sure how best to get these out.
Well, there are lots of people in the chat who seem to know what they're talking about. If any of you want to jump on the Discord and put any advice in there, because Jordan, I don't know, what's the plan, Jordan? Are you going to continue this on the next men's stream, which will, for forever, now on, be called
Make do amend.
Thank you. So if you
remember name, could
you? I'll be honest, my mind went blank, even though I've been talking about nothing but that for days. So is the plan to carry on with this and just update people, or are you going to stop and put it aside till the next stream?
My plan is to carry on with this. And next time, maybe we do something else.
Right. So you're going to finish this off offline?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
And then we go from there, We work it out.
Neil Christie's asking for the website address. Tried looking for it before, but it just came up with Instagram or another thing with pictures of black people. Ooh, that's
definitely not us.
That's not us. Right. Okay. We need a Discord link, and you want the website link. Okay, I am on it. 1 second. Oh, I'll try. Okay.
You've left a comment up on the screen rather.
Oopsie. Right. Here is Discord.
Normally it wouldn't bother me. It's just that's where the camera is.
And just going back to, sorry, I just want to make sure I've got the right part. Neil Christie, do you just want the standard website address, or was there a specific part of it you'd like me to send you straight to? I can give you the generic one. And then you can just have a little wander through if you want to. I've written this out so many times, I can just type it. There we go. And we just make sure I'll post those up on the DLive as well, should anyone be interested. So again, this is the Discord link that I've just posted. And here is the website if you'd like to get over there and get yourself set up. We are working on the newsletter for this month, and that will be going out in a couple of days' time. That's my job. But I've been, as I said, I've been on mummy duty for the last 2 days. So there you go. So you've got the Discord and the website. Yeah, it's gone a bit blurry, Jordan.
That's probably my internet. Apologies for that one.
Bazooka Joe, he's making a Christmas jumper ornament to hang on a Christmas tree. And it's his first attempt at whittling, and I think he's doing extremely well.
Yeah. Literally before the stream started, I took the knife out. I kind of rounded off the arm just a little bit, just to get a feel for it, and that was it. That's literally my entire woodworking, or not woodworking, but my entire carving career up until this point.
Ian Marr is asking, is this the new Discord or does my old one work? It's the same Discord
Same
server.
one. Same server, just a link for people.
We have the ability to generate new links.
Unless you have closed down your existing account, there's no reason to click on that.
Yeah. I can type, Stephen. What? I'm not a two-fingered typist. Although I do have stuff in front of my keyboard. So my bad.
You have stuff in front of yours. Bloody hell, imagine mine.
Yeah, I'm just clearing it, actually. I've had a baby cyclone go through my home today, so and then I just had time basically to get the stream going. So
thank you for that.
Discord is great, David. Yes, it is. The funny thing about the Discord is that it's such a social place. It's so busy now, and the beauty of it is, if you are someone who doesn't find it easy to get to sleep, or if you're a night owl, or if you just struggle generally with socializing, it's a really good way to get started. There are chats that you can just type in. So, if you're a bit worried about talking to anyone, you don't have to go straight in. There are voice rooms that you can jump into, and you can just mute and listen to the conversation and just speak when you want to. So you can take it at your own pace. But this is such a warm and welcoming community. I really think, I can't think of anyone who's had a bad experience on the Discord. And I can't think of a single person who has regretted joining it, because it gives us such a sense of getting to know each other that we can't have doing things like these streams. Yeah, I know, Stephen, I was joking too. Yeah, the voice rooms are amazing.
They're awesome.
We can't put faces to names yet for obvious reasons, because lockdown have prevented a lot of IRL meetups that we were hoping we could have maybe got out of the way this side of Christmas. But at least you can put a voice to a name, and that's something.
It really does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's really, really surprising. I never really thought about it before. Oh, chat. It's been done.
Oh no.
I've been bled.
Dude, I think you owe someone some money. I can't remember.
Nah, shut up. It got me.
Philomena says you've done great, Jordan, for your first project.
Oh, thank you.
She literally posted that, and then you cut yourself. I don't think Jordan takes compliments very well, Philomena.
God damn it.
It was the shock, and then the knife slip. Feelers Bear says next week Jordan's going to make a bath bomb. Oh, thank you, the Dregs, for hosting. David says I'm not a great talker, but the voice rooms are good. Yeah, they're wonderful. Oh my God, Neil Christie says, cool, thanks. I was looking for This Is Why We Fight. The answer was because we are black. Oops. That's amazing. Illister says we've drawn first blood. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he did, Lewis Jones.
No. I did not buy a set. I just bought a knife.
Oh, you only bought the one? I thought you bought a few bits.
No. I just bought a solitary knife. The entire aim of this was basically to actually prove, not only to myself, but to chat and to everyone else who's interested, that this could be done very, very easily and very, very cheaply. And indeed it can be. This has actually cost me, I think, 35 quid. No. The knife costs 15, 16, and I bought a fair amount of wood. I think in total this cost me 25 quid.
Not bad.
Indeed, especially considering there's 5 quid postage.
So Jordan, you've got your first crafter cut. Zant says it had to end this way. Stephen O, there can only be one Jordan.
Yeah, there's only one person who would do this on stream.
Yeah, you are a bit of a nutter, but that's your appeal. That you're just like, you know what? Let's just do it. What the hell?
Well, exactly. Look, for Christ's sake, it's a piece of wood. What's going to go wrong exactly?
Well, you've still got all your limbs, so you know we're doing good. Green Dragon says, if anyone's nervous of talking in the Discord group, private message me and I'll chat to you in a different room. Yeah, just a reminder, when we talk about the talking on Discord, it's not a massive room. There are different separate rooms for separate things, and you can have a private chat with someone, just you and one other person. So there's lots and lots of ways that you can tweak it so that you're comfortable. But this is not a great hall with like 100 people listening to you. Philomena says you are a whittler now. It's official.
It's okay. I've gone from being an actual lumberjack to a whip.
Will saying, as the knife gets a bit duller and the muscles a bit stiffer, cuts begin to happen, I'd give it a rest here.
Yeah, maybe. I did just sharpen the knife, so the knife is definitely not the issue. The fact that I didn't feel it shows you how bloody sharp it is.
Maybe it's just that you're starting to get a bit of fatigue. That must be making your thumb and your fingers ache now.
Not at all, to be honest.
Maybe you'll feel it later.
Yeah, probably.
Silence is Leaden says, I will eventually get round to joining Discord. I'd love to practice my oratory skills in the reading room, the art of war, anyone. Yes, please
I've
do.
thought about doing that as well. Yes, by all means, please do. I just read through it again for the second time a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, definitely please do read that. That would be really, really interesting.
The thing is, I mean, obviously we don't want to clash because we've got lots going on. But the reality is just pick a day or an evening or a time that no one else is reading and go. Obviously, give us all a heads up. And if we can be there, we will. Because we want to show support to those people who are making the effort by turning up, by giving them constructive feedback and by actually listening so that you know someone is actually listening to what you're doing. And that's such a useful thing to talk about. So.
It's a very interesting book. It isn't a book in the style that we're used to by any means. It's basically just a list of quotes. There are a number of very, very, very good ones, especially at the start. This is why it's such a famous book. He also had an apprentice, for lack of a better term, whose name was... Sun Lao, I think it was, or something along those lines. I'm trying to find the book, and I can't. I'd very much like to.
Ian Marr says it only cost you £25 and a packet of plasters.
I don't believe in plasters. That's why I've got super glue. That's why I've got electrical tape, and that's why I've got a piece of tissue.
Well, we all know the truth about super glue, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. It's the perfect manly problem-solving implement.
Anglo-Saxon says, lol, I'm only here for the claret. You're so bloodthirsty.
Hey, you've already had it. You already had it. There you go. There it is.
And Will says, we've got Eddie Longshanks in the reading room tonight with some more of The Hobbit. So if you can get across and show some support, that would be much appreciated. Bazooka Joe says, I've got a Discord app and I popped on at the time, but it doesn't seem connected now. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. Unless you've signed out, you should be able to just click on it and go straight in.
Yep.
Unless you're on more than one server, is it possible you selected the wrong server?
Yeah, it could be that. If you just swipe it over to the right all the way, I think that's where you get your server selection. I believe. I may be completely wrong.
Oh, that's charming. Green Dragon says, I used to work in A&E and we called blood house red. No, I think you've done amazingly well. I'm very impressed. I know the chat is very impressed as well. Just some friendly ribbing.
Absolutely. I look, for goodness sake, I had no idea what the hell I was doing when I started this. I knew I was in for various comments, and it's just so happens that my personality lends itself to it anyway.
Jordan needs a vax now. Bazooka Joe, if you've signed out, you just need to sign back in. There should be a login or a sign in button when you open. If you've gone in on the app, it should bring up create account or login or signing.
Yeah, you're still in the room, so that's all that is. You're one to speak. You signed yourself out of Gilded the other week, didn't you?
No.
Yes, that's why you had to create a new account.
No, I had a laptop and then I had a computer. I didn't sign myself out. I'm still logged in on the laptop.
Oh, sorry, you forgot your password. My apologies.
Yes, and that is something you can accuse me of.
Yeah.
Yes, good point from Will. If you have multiple accounts, you might be trying to sign into the wrong one.
Yeah. Done that.
A few people have made accounts and then had to make another account because of issues.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is about Gilded and Discord. They both have that same sort of issue where lots of people have to create multiple accounts.
Well, the obvious solution is we put our heads together and we start creating these things for ourselves when the time is right and when we can do it. But for now, we're just going to have to make do with these problems, unfortunately. It is really unusual, though, that a lot of these problems are occurring. I mean, Discord, I don't know how heavily funded Discord is. You know,
it's not at all, as far as I'm aware.
If you compare somewhere like YouTube to DLive, then YouTube is massively funded, DLive is not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Discord is one of those outliers.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it is, because it isn't really used for much beyond gamers talking to each other.
True. And in fact, most gamers have moved over to, what's it called? Steam, is it?
Yes. Yeah, they still use Discord. That's the main chat platform.
Right. Oh, English Bird, I've done that remade accounts. It's just one of those frustrating things. Once you've got, what I suggest you do the next time you're logged in is just delete all the other accounts.
You have to log into the old account that you had in order to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I'd go into each of them and delete the ones that you're no longer using, or make a list, make a note.
Misunderstood.
Oh, thank you, David. David JC has just confirmed, Bazooka Joe, your name is still there, so you are still in the server. You just need to log into your account. So that's something, at least you're in the right place. You haven't deleted it or removed it. As much as I'm all for sort of tradition and, you know, bringing back things that we've lost, I'm also a realist, and we need to. The tech boomers like me really need to get our heads around this technology. We just do, because this is going to be a massive communication tool.
Absolutely. I think the thing to remember with technology, just in general, it's designed to work. You don't need to worry too much about it. It is literally designed to be easy. There really is nothing to think about.
I suppose they must all follow somewhat of a formula as well. So once you've got one down, the others will be easier to use, and there will always be new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, Bazooka Joe, you're in the Discord 3 times. So yeah, can I suggest to everyone, if you have problems with Discord, don't keep making new accounts because it gets ever so confusing. Green Dragon's going to walk his dog. He said, "Don't do anything serious." And he said, before he goes, the jumper is looking quite Wicker Man-like.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. I'm not sure if that's a compliment, but
Oh, Ben completed his first month of working out. Really happy with the results.
Oh, well done, mate.
Congratulations. That's
I
great.
am very lazy when it comes to working out, and I should get much better at it.
I'm lacking a routine. I do it sometimes when I remember, but I don't do it religiously, and I need a routine for it.
Yeah, that's my issue and all.
Otherwise, all the gains I make, I lose within the same week. That's a good point. Simon Slevin says they don't want us picking apart these things to figure out how they work. Exactly right. We're supposed to be mindless consumers, aren't we? Not supposed to understand how these things work. God forbid we make our own version.
Thankfully, technology has become so much simpler.
Yeah.
You compare things these days to how they were. Well, just going back to things like floppy disks and what have you. You know, when you used to buy a program, you used to have to put the disk in to make it work. Nowadays, you don't need to. And while that's a very minor thing, things like floppy disks, they get lost. They get damaged.
Yeah. Will says Discord is still very popular with gamers who have historically been more right-wing and free speech libertarians. That's worth something. Yes, it is.
Hence why they had to shut down Ice Age Farmer. Because he had quite a big Discord. If I remember rightly, he had a couple of thousand people, like 2,300, I think.
Yeah, that's amazing. And he moved over to Gilded, didn't he?
Indeed, he did.
David says he lost 3 stone in the 3 months of the first lockdown. I don't know if that's a rapid loss. I hope it was a healthy loss. If it was, well done. And Andrew's wondering if it's a good idea to have a fitness channel on Discord, then those of us with experience of training can give people advice. That's a great idea, Andrew. It would especially help if, as a motivator, if something like that was there. So that would be fantastic. Right, so Bazooka Joe is saying, well, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, lol. I go into it and it doesn't show anything. I think what we need to do somehow is get Bazooka Joe somehow on a voice chat on any other platform and walk him through it.
Yeah.
Might be the best idea. Bazooka Joe, are you on Telegram? Well, it doesn't even have to be a voice chat, just a text chat somewhere else so that we can get you onto the Discord. Philomena, this is why we're slim. Can Andrew be called Mr. Motivator? He's asking. I don't see why not.
We looked up Mr. Motivator the other week.
Yes, let's take that name back, shall we?
He definitely had some very serious coloured trousers. I can't believe I'd never heard of him before.
I will say though, Andrew, if you want to dress like him, I've got an issue with it. I don't think it's sensible to wear sunglasses when you're working out.
I don't think it's sensible to wear that much blackface. Unless you're Justin Trudeau.
The fitness room idea, it would be good for links too. I think the fitness room, you know, we're trying to rediscover all the very best parts of ourselves, all the very best, be the best that we can be. So that includes, this is not just about mental health, this is physical health and everything. So yes, that's a great idea. This is why we're fit. Right, Bazooka Joe is not on anything. Does anyone have the time during this stream to go through with Bazooka Joe? Just have a little conversation right now and help him fix this. I'd be very grateful. Oh, Philomena says yes to Andrew. We need to forget the other one. Yes, we do. Do we have any moderators on Twitch?
No, we do not.
Okay. Strinehold 155. Thank you for joining us. No one's interested, but thank you anyway. Don't forget to like before you leave.
Can you like on Twitch?
I don't know. I just made the assumption. Right, put the Discord link. I'll try from there. Right, keep coming back into the chat and letting us know if you're experiencing any issues, so that we can try and assist as best we can. I'll grab that link for you, Bazooka Joe. It's very frustrating.
Getting there, lads. Getting there. I feel like I'm one Eureka moment away from understanding how best to do this. Now, whether that Eureka moment will ever come to me, I don't know. But I feel like I'm nearly there. Do you think this could be made much, much, much faster by starting off with a bigger insertion point?
Stephen, I can't post that up on the screen because of the last word in your comment. But yes, I do agree. It seems like women who are right-leaning tend to take more care of themselves, tend to care more about their appearance and their health. This trend for women on the left, it's not just the weight. You tend
It's
to see
everything about them.
Yeah, but you see these before and after pictures, where they had sort of the kind of naturally pretty with maybe straight brown hair or straight blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the picture after they, join Antifa or something, and one side of their head is shaved and they've got everything pierced. And it's like, what are you doing?
Being stupid. There you go. It's slowly getting there, chat.
It looks like a jumper.
I know, right? It's remarkable. This is basically what I started with. Something along these lines. This is what I've got.
Yeah, you've done amazingly well.
Everything can be solved with perseverance and a little blood. There you go. This is the thing, right? If you have blood, you have to give it. And it demands its pay.
Yes. By the way, I'm sure everyone's aware that you are all blood organ donors now, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. When did that come into force? That was in October,
recent.
Wasn't it?
It's quite recent.
It's kind of ironic considering you have to undergo testing for just about everything, but they don't test if you can donate or not. Now they're going to give you like a little CPR test, whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah. Oh, April, English Bird says, thank you.
April, thank you, love.
But yeah, so that's amazing. But for those of us with rocky pasts, you've got to be tested for HIV and various things. But does anyone know how organ donation works? I mean, it's not very nice for the relatives left behind. Oh, bless you, Jonathan. Well, have a very good evening, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed. See you then, mate.
Yeah, that's a good point, Will. To show off their individuality, they all have the same piercings and tattoos. So organ donations. So if someone you love very deeply somehow ends up in a coma, they can be switched off of life support because they're an organ donor, and they can supersede any permission you give. That's correct, David. Yes. You used to have to volunteer to be a donor, and it was a choice, and it's still a choice for now. So if anyone hasn't already refused or signed out of it, I suggest you do so before you can't.
How do you do
that? There is an opt-out at the moment. You have to contact. I think you have to contact your GP. There's a form.
Oh, so it's not even an online thing. You actually have to put effort in.
The interesting thing, though, is that it's now actually more of an inconvenience to opt out than it ever was to become a donor. But I think they do these things on purpose.
Oh, absolutely, they do.
Hoping that you'll just give up. Yes, please, Timmy, if you've got the link, that'd be great. And we'll pop it on the stream. Oh, Andrew says you can do it online.
Oh,
I didn't know you could do it online.
Never really looked. I must admit, I completely forgot about this in general, because I do want to opt out, but I haven't done yet.
Yeah, Timmy's done it today.
Right. Give this knife its due. For anyone interested in taking this up, I have the Moankin. I think that's how you say it. The 120, I think it is. But you can go find out on the forum. I did make a post about it.
Okay.
Bloody sharp knife.
Ian Miles says he's in the Discord chatting to someone. I don't know if it's a piss take or not. Is there a name, Ian Mar? Who are you talking to? This is the other thing, you know, as you've been opted in automatically, you don't get to decide who you help.
You never got to decide who you helped in the first place.
True, but at least you have the choice to decide to help or not. Will says I rescinded my organ donor status when I learned that my organs may be sold for profit without my consent.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't realise they were allowed to sell them.
Well, there's allowed is a loose term, isn't it? We know that there's a black market for organs.
Yeah.
Like we know where, you know, aborted fetuses end up.
I thought you was going to take a pop at George Soros for a second.
Melty Skin George. Thank you for that, Timmy. I'll pop it in the restream so everyone on the other platforms can grab it. Thank you so much. That's genuinely going to be helpful.
Yeah,
I'll
thank you for that.
on the Discord as well. So I'll pop it in the stream for everyone who's not on D Live. There you go. That is the opt-out for organ donation. Please feel free to click on the link and go through the information. Where would I post this, I wonder? I might just put it in general for now. Just so the link is there and it's saved.
I know. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Did you want to keep talking or are we wrapping up?
What's the time? It's 9:20. Let's let the chat decide. Are you
Chat? Do we keep going?
10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. There's everyone in the chat. If you want to let Jordan have a quick tea break and come back and carry on, I'm finding this amazingly relaxing watching you doing that.
I can tell you sound very, very sleepy.
I am sleepy. leave our giblets alone. That's funny. They sell the skin from babies, circumcision. The health department are using us for spare parts. Yes,
I don't even want to know what they do with that.
And we all know how the circumcised skin is removed, don't we?
Nom, 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 nom.
Right, Green Dragon says keep going. It's so relaxing. We've got loads and loads of ones. I think we have sufficient ones. That yes, we're going to let you go and have a tea break. I'll have a chat with the chat. Oh, bless you, Jeff. He says, I'm listening if you're talking.
Fair enough. Thank you very much.
David says no breaks allowed. I think secretly no one wants you to go because we're enjoying it so much.
Imagine how much more you'd enjoy it if I knew what I was doing.
Bloodthirsty Anglo-Saxon says, keep going, want to see Jordan cut himself again. I'm beginning to wonder if there's something you're not telling us there, Anglo-Saxon. Green Dragon's been making homegrown parsley sauce during this stream. Good for you.
No. Is that for what my brain? Please help me, love.
It's not for your brain.
What do you have parsley sauce with? God damn it. Pie and mash. Jesus Christ.
Oh, the liquor.
Yeah.
Well, Green Dragon's a Yorkshireman, so that's doubtful.
Yeah, I know, but it's because they're heathens.
English Bird says, let him have a cuppa.
Oh, chat, now we're into the real game here. Bloody hell, this is going through like that suddenly. I told you, I was within inches of understanding what I needed to do.
Jordan, everyone else has put the kettle on by the looks of it. I don't know if you want to go and have a break now.
1 minute, I'll flick it on quickly. Keep talking.
Okay. So Jordan's had to mute himself because anyone who knows him knows exactly how noisy his kettle is. and the fact that his setup is in his kitchen. So yeah, he's having to mute himself for a bit. Yeah, his hands are massive. We were sitting on chat one night, just joking about hand size, because mine are tiny like a baby's. And we were trying to work out how we could measure our hands. So I got like a basic tin of beans and I put my hand around it and I took a photograph, and he did the same. He has giant hands, like the hands of a giant. So yeah. Steve Gray. Can you tell what it is yet? He has done really well, David. I think he's done enormously well. What were these jokes about? Oh, at the hands. Oh, I'm a bit lost now. I've lost myself, I think. But yeah, we were just sort of talking about. He was mocking me for having baby-sized hands. And that's where it started. Yes, Blue Eyes Diva, welcome. Good to have you on board. Thank you very much for supporting the stream. Oh, one of the jokes actually, David, was I was kind of mocking myself. I was saying that I needed 2 hands to lift up a full pint glass of anything, especially if it's cold and there's condensation, because I can't pick up a pint glass with one hand without it slipping. So there you go. Yes, so Jordan, my co-host, is making a quick brew. And yes, as you can see, he's been whittling this little Christmas jumper decoration. I genuinely found it. Oh, well, let's ask the chat. Hey, I'm not saying anything. Let's ask the chat. Who found this relaxing? Just relaxing, just to sort of chill and chat. Because I found this amazingly relaxing. I don't know if Jordan did. He was pretty much performing. I don't drink ale or beer or lager or anything at all like that. I drink shorts. That's a good point, Illister. Yes, it is a proper English stream if there's tea breaks. Yeah, I agree. Yes, yeah, cozy. Thank you, Illister. Yeah. I don't know. I just really like the tone of this stream. Better than turning the telly on. There you go. That says everything, doesn't it? It focuses the mind. That's a really good way of looking at it. Very relaxing and fun. Yeah, because I don't know. I just think this is something that we need to tap into. When you think about how stressful life is right now, I think it's nice to have kind of a calm down stream or a wind down stream or something. Because we have a laugh and a joke on a Saturday. We do serious, boring, repetitive crap now on a Tuesday because the world has become serious, boring and repetitive. The community stuff is wonderful and very uplifting. It's not relaxing, though. For me, it's exciting to think about what we can achieve. And this is just the perfect antidote, I think, to all of that. So, yeah, we'll make this a regular thing. So the stream, so I've been off for 2 days in mummy mode, and Jordan has been flat out busy preparing for this stream. So from next week, it won't be called the men's stream anymore. It will be Make, Do and Mend. And yes, so we're looking forward to it. And it's just not just going to be the men's stream. So anyone who wants to produce something live on stream or talk about something live on stream, maybe go through an overview of something, baking, metalwork, anything you can do that you can safely record, where danger isn't an issue, and maybe not metalwork. I don't know, any kind of craft or hobby I think would be great. And it would be nice to have that as a regular slot. Maybe we can have a guest on, although you'd have to fight Jordan for airtime. As you can see, he's determined to learn everything he can. And
What was that about, fighting me?
I was talking about having this as a regular stream. Everyone agreed it was very uplifting and very relaxing.
Mhm.
But I said it'd be nice to have guests on to do these things as well, but they'd have to fight you for airtime because you're
Hey,
determined to
they
learn
can-
everything you can.
If somebody wants to come on and do something like this, by all means. I'm very into that idea.
Especially if you can make something or create something and talk us through it.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. And I know from the men's streams, the previous men's streams, there's such a wealth of skill within this audience and within our wardens and our community. And you know, if anyone wants to sort of take the plunge and get on the stream, that'd be great. Absolutely great.
Absolutely. Please do join us as we learn how to do stuff and fiddle, basically.
Oh, that's nice. English Sailor says, make, do, amend is the traditional name for sailors' free time on a Sunday on square-rigged sailing ship, another phrase with a nautical origin.
I didn't know that. I like that quite a lot.
Yeah, I like that very much. Wonderful. Right. So you've got your tea and you're back at it.
Absolutely. Chipping away, I am.
That's very nice of you to say, Stephen. You know, as we said when we started this up, there are so many people focusing only on the problems, and no one's really. I think everyone's in such a rush to get somewhere that they're talking about unachievable goals, and we kind of set out our plan because ultimately the wards are our short long-term goal. I know it makes no sense, but
that's the initial long-term goal.
Yeah, it's the first, but it's still the first in a stage of goals. And we wanted to make it clear to everyone that we had long-term goals. We didn't want anyone to think that we're just going to talk about this, that, and that, and we don't really have anything else. We've thought about this long and hard, 4 months, for many more months, and we've been streaming about it. Believe me.
Yep.
And
Day
we
in,
wanted
day
to
out.
make clear that we have put a lot of thought into this, and we have planned well ahead. But ultimately, the goals have to be achievable. And this is why, now that we've laid out what our plans are for the wards, we now need to go right back to the very beginning and make them happen.
Yeah. Realistically, if you look at what we're doing here tonight, carving, making something by hand, making something ourselves. I'm under no illusion this isn't fantastic, but it will get there. It's a work in progress. Beyond that, this does away with things like buying Christmas presents. If you can make somebody a Christmas ornament or something, you then don't have to buy them something that year. Equally, I go on and on and on about things recently, for example, the longhouse idea. I think that would be a fantastic way for us to start living it once again.
Yeah.
If we are in that situation where we're living amongst our family in those sort of numbers in a single building, or even in a group of buildings, and we just get together in like a pub or something, we're going to need stuff to do. Playing video games is not the way out, nor is sitting there and watching TV. So things like this, making things, it is the perfect accompaniment.
Exactly, because we're going to need to make like furniture, beds,
absolutely,
everything we need. We're going to get to a point where we will have the tools, the knowledge, and the know-how to make these things, all of these things that we need.
Exactly.
We know everything can't be made from wood. We're going to have to branch out.
Hey, that's definitely my cup of tea.
But it's the concept. If we can make it, why buy it?
Exactly.
And as Jordan said, just taking into account what he's doing here, even if this isn't some idea that you would consider, remotely consider as a business, if you even spent 1 year, maybe let's say 2 hours once a week, making things like this for every member of your family, look at the money you would save.
Yep.
So it's not just about prosperity for you with regard to making an income. It's also about saving money by making things that you would have otherwise bought. Why make, do, and mend is such an important concept for this community. Make, do, and mend simply means make it instead of buy it, do things instead of talk about them, and mend something instead of replace it. That's the general concept of all of this. And this will save us all individually a lot of money. Even if we don't have the skill to make everything we need, within this community, we certainly will. There will be someone who can do everything. And that's the point.
Exactly. We're going to know people who know. Either we're going to know people who know how to do stuff, or we're going to know people who know someone who knows how to do stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Branch out. Oh, those puns. Oh, Michael X, I hate that phrase, but I totally agree with what you said. It didn't even occur to me to think about landfills, but we've been suggesting that people go down to these charity shops and secondhand shops and buying something that looks like old tap, that once you sand it down and once you get below the awful coating that's on top, you're going to find solid wood furniture that you can sand down and varnish. If you take your average solid wood coffee table, I've got a friend who bought one. She had to have it made to a specific size, so it was quite expensive, £300. And then you look at the cheap tat you can get from Argos or something. Start from about £25, £29.
Yeah, depends why I rag on IKEA so much.
Yeah, and it's MDF. It's a particle board. It's glued together, and then they cover it to make it look nice. But it's not solid wood, and it won't last. It would. This is why I amuse myself, by the way, everyone. I don't do this on purpose. I don't know.
I must admit, I didn't pick up on the pun at first, but I love it.
I didn't realise I'd made it until it was first pointed out. But yeah, so we're buying cheap rubbish, and how often are we replacing a coffee table that maybe a kid sits on or falls on and it just collapses? They can't take any weight. They're not solid. They're not well made. Have you ever looked at buying an item online and you read through the comments? Screws are missing and this is missing.
Yes.
And then you look at the alternative that's pre-made, that's all put together already, the expensive stuff, and it's hundreds of pounds. You could go and buy this stuff again. You might get, from my personal experience, the stuff that you're going to get in charity shops now is normally quite dark woods, like cherries and mahoganies, and it might be a bit overbearing if you want sort of a bright, light room.
Yeah,
but
you don't like that, do you?
I personally don't. That's not to say everyone else won't. The point is, though, you're going to put time and effort and sand it and varnish it. You could pretty much make it any colour you wanted. Most of these can be sanded and painted. You've still got a fantastic solid wood display cabinet or a coffee table or a chest of drawers that you can work on, that you can repair, that you can refurbish. Yeah, Green Dragon, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is something we should be doing as well, is setting up an upside. In fact, Bertie mentioned this months ago, upcycling, sharing tools and equipment. And if people have old tools, if someone gives you a new set of, I don't know, drill bits or something, and your old set's a bit looking the worst way, just give it a bit of a clean if you've got the original packaging. Upcycle it. We'll do like what did we talk about? The multicolored swap shop.
Yeah.
Not the multicolored part now, obviously, but something like a swap shop. If someone has something you need, or you could do a 10-way swap, for goodness sake. If everyone has something to swap, There's a way to do it. It's like buying a house or selling a house, and you've got a chain. It's just arranging it. But the reality is, we could have a little sort of section on the Discord where you advertise stuff that you're giving away. Maybe the people that you're giving it to can just pay for the postage. You know, so that you're not out of pocket as you're doing them a massive favor. And yeah, why couldn't we? Yeah, that's a good point, Will. Yeah, I think, yeah, because they try to do things with it that it's not designed for. They treat this cheap wood like it is solid wood, and it can't cope.
Absolutely not. What's the worst bit of flat pack furniture you've ever bought?
Oh my goodness. Trying to think. I think probably the worst one would be something like a coffee table, because people constantly lean on them, so they start to come loose and you're having to tighten them all the time. Just absolute cheap tat. Or a chest of drawers, maybe.
Fair
I
enough.
think the most expensive single item of furniture I bought prior to getting my sofa. Oh, and then my mattress. But I bought 3 really nice, expensive, brand new things in my life. That's how working class I am. I bought a sofa and a brand new mattress. And the other one was bought for me, by the way. It's not like I've had one mattress all my life. I'm not disgusting. And the other thing was this display unit, and it was in maple. Really pretty it was. It cost me, I think, £1,300. But I got it on credit. I don't do credit now, by the way. I don't agree with it. I don't believe in it. And most of what you're paying back is interest. So it's just a scam. But I got this unit anyway. And when I moved into my current house, it wouldn't fit. So I had to leave it behind anyway.
Oh, no.
So, doesn't it?
Why didn't you find somewhere to put it?
No, it was like I'd had it years by then. It was pretty much on its last legs.
So?
But even so, I wish I kept it, but there's literally nowhere to put it.
We're getting there, lads. We've created a little hole.
I'm not sure about that, but we'll get somewhere. A Santa project, yes. That's nice, Lewis Jones. The non-Benetton swap shop, yes. Yes, it was, but I like the idea of it, that somebody in Gloucester has something that someone in Newcastle needs. And the person in Newcastle says, great, I'll take that. I'll pay for the postage. And the person in Gloucester says, fantastic, I'll send it to you. It's unwanted. Someone bought me a new set. I don't need it. Just a really good idea, especially for things like this. You know, we want to try something, you don't have the tools. But it's an honor system. Again, when you finish with those same tools, pass them on to someone else. Will says you can make good money refinishing old furniture. Yes, you can. Again, you know, you might start by getting pieces for your own home. But honestly, you could end up, if you enjoy doing these things, you could end up maybe, you know, putting a few bits up on Facebook or wherever. And charge an appropriate amount for the work involved. So if you put up an old-fashioned looking dressing table and someone says, oh, I want that, but I want it done in white or something, and you're able to, you could then negotiate a price for that, tell them how long approximately it will take, charge them a deposit so you're not doing all the work for nothing. That's a really good way to make a business. I didn't buy my sofa from IKEA, thankfully. There's still all crap, though. I mean, this isn't a handmade sofa. You know, it looks good and it will last a few years. But this is something I would like to buy off one of our people, a proper handmade quality sofa. Nice one. Silences Ledden has joined us on Discord. Welcome aboard. Stephen O saying, Jordan, now get a magnifying glass and you can be a fire starter lot.
Hey, look, I've got plenty of shavings going on suddenly.
Yes, Michael X, buying good old stuff is always a good investment. It really is. Yeah. These are the things that have been passed down generationally before they've hit second-hand shops and charity shops. There's a reason they're in there and they're still ticking along. It's because they are quality, solid furniture.
Yeah, they were made by people who knew what they were doing.
Yes, people who took pride in their work. 42 says, I hear DFS might have a sale on. No, they never have a sale on. I don't believe you. I'm cooling down on that. Yeah, it's amazing. The way these sales work is basically they're overcharging you whenever there's not a sale on. I wish people would get wise to this.
I think people have started getting wise to it now. And I think it was entirely because of DFS. Because they're on sale bloody 24/7 for Christ's sake.
The thing with some of these companies is let's talk about sofas for a moment. They'll make a sofa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a governing body, some of them is not trading standards, I can't remember. Anyway, you can only have an item on sale for a certain amount of time, right?
Yep.
So you make this one item, it has a specific look and style, and you give it a name.
Bob.
We'll call it the Jordan, right? But the Jordan can't stay on sale forever. So what you do is you create a Bob. The Bob is exactly like the Jordan, except for one thing. Now you can call that one Bob, and when the Jordan comes off sale, Bob goes on sale. The thing is, both Jordan and Bob, Borden and Job, whatever, they're both massively overpriced. And even when they're on sale, they're still selling them at a profit, which tells you everything you need to know. Ooh, Chippendale quality furniture. That's no joke. There are some really good pieces about if you shop around. I think that's why a lot of people go antiquing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just that they love collecting pieces. It's they know that they're getting quality goods for non-quality prices. No, Emma, you can't voice chat in Welcome as far as I'm aware. You can invite someone from Welcome into a voice chat.
Yep.
If you look at the list on your left, you'll see the chats mentioned with the voice chat will have a little icon. You literally can just jump in one of them. If you hold on till after the stream, you might want to jump into the reading room to start off with. And have a listen there.
Yep, Eddie's going to be in there from 11. He's reading The Hobbit.
Yes.
I love The Hobbit. Have you read that?
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't such a fan of The Hobbit. I've watched all of the...
No. Not the films, the book.
No, I haven't read the book. I've watched all the films. I have read the original 3 stories. I don't know. I think I was just at the point where I was like, yeah, I've had enough of this for a bit.
I have not seen the Hobbit films, I will be honest.
Yeah, the film didn't look all that, to be honest. It wasn't, I don't know. The problem is, as with many things, if you've read the book first, you tend to not bother with the film because you know it's going to be a big pile of tat. And if you watch the film first and it is tat, then you tend not to bother with the book because you're like, I can't go through this again.
The book is really, really good. I think it's better than Lord of the Rings. And Lord of the Rings is also a very good book. So I like the little hand movement going on there.
Oh my goodness. I've seen the DFS ad. Have you seen the new ad?
No.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't want to.
Have a guess at the dynamic of the family.
I don't need to. I saw the comment. That's good enough for me.
Yep.
It's going to be one very overly tanned man and one idiot and a couple of children. And all I know, why would you want to go out with someone who's been left in the oven too long, you know?
Wow.
I'm just saying, if you forget to come out of the oven, kind of on you, isn't it? See, I get to say this stuff now. I've got a sheet of paper and I'm whiter than it.
I'm going to say one thing about this whole thing and then I'm going to move on to something else because we've covered this to death, really. Whether you're religious or not, I think the ultimate goal for anyone is immortality, right? It's what philosophers and everyone has pondered since forever, since the written word. Immortality. For those of us who are just mere mortals, surely the only immortality we'll ever attain is our children.
Yep.
Seeing your own face in your children must be something akin to immortality. It must be a wonderful feeling. So why on earth would you have children with someone which would then result in those children looking like neither of them?
Because the media's told you to do it.
I mean,
That's the only answer I have.
my children look like me, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And if your children look like some complete stranger from another land, you're doing something wrong. And it's the end of your line. It's literally an insult to your ancestors. I don't understand this mindset. I genuinely don't. And also, if you're talking about a mix, it's incredibly unfair on the children. Because what are they? They don't belong to either group. Good night, Lewis Jones. Have a very good evening. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, mate.
So yeah, those are basically my only thoughts. That surely any person wants to see their own visage, I suppose, reflected in their children's faces.
Absolutely. To me, personally, there is a pride of being able to say that you come from people, a very specific tribe of people, that go back for tens and tens of thousands of years in the same area.
Yes. Yes, it's about belonging to something. David JC says, I'm not and never have been religious, but I know for a fact Europe is a Christian culture as it should be. I totally agree. Green Dragon says, don't white women go for foreign men because they revolt to look for higher testosterone, which black men have more? No, I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Because none of this is natural.
Exactly.
These women have been brainwashed to go for foreign men.
In the same way that we've been brainwashed to go for foreign women.
Because white men have been portrayed as either weak soy boys or just idiots in the media, or thugs or whatever, low IQ, just name it, name that slur. And they've been portrayed like that for decades. And foreign men, particularly African men, have been portrayed as heroes and strong and protective, and all the, I suppose, all the positive traits you could name for a man have all been endowed upon this one particular group of men. And young girls are quite flighty and I would say easy to be manipulated. We know this because of all the grooming. Millions of girls, right?
Yep.
These millions of girls are not fit. But there is something inherent, I think, in women where they are more easily swayed to a position. And I say that as a woman. That's just a reality. It's nothing to be offended about. It's just a fact.
It's because it is a biological advantage. Because it then means you do not create conflict. And women who do not create conflict ended up with safer housings for their children.
Yeah. Only now it's like more lights on.
Yeah, basically.
But the same biological imperative exists, and the same motives exist. It's still about creating a safe place for yourself and your children. What surprises me is that when you see all these women turn up, inevitably later on, beaten to within an inch of their life, while these other women don't think, hang on a minute, that's a danger no one warned us about.
Yeah, maybe this isn't such a good idea after all. Maybe we shouldn't do it.
Stephen says, no, Joe, we live on our children and their children. We can't be immortal. Our immortality lives on in our offspring. That's my point. That is our immortality. That's exactly it. Our line continues. That's what makes us immortal.
Yeah.
I was reading something about the statistics of adopted children. And one of the biggest issues of mental health problems with adopted children is the fact that they know they don't belong. It always comes to a head in almost every case. These children will invariably start to, Well, it will cause problems within the family because they'll start to ask questions about their natural biological parents. And the parents who have raised them will obviously feel a bit put out that they weren't enough or something. But this is a natural imperative, again, to know from whence you came. Where do I come from? Who do I come from?
Yeah, this is why I'm trying to think of a great example of this, but this is why you have, back in times of old, kings were able to list off, or not just kings, but people of nobility were able to list off their generational tree, their family tree, going miles back. It's important to these people.
Yeah. So it's important that we understand that there are two things going on here. That white men, or European, ancestrally European men, because that's where white men come from, are pretty much treated like scum of the earth in the media. But anyone who is not them, but predominantly African men, are treated like the complete opposite, heroic and strong and brave and so on and so forth. So that's part one of the problem, is that people are, aside from the biological imperative, people tend to believe what they read, which is frustrating as hell at this point, given that we know about all the lies and all the manipulations that are going on, the propaganda. But there's also the fact that someone's mentioned Jordan Peterson there. Women are more agreeable, and as Jordan said, because we're not hunter-gatherers, we're homemakers, and women are generally more agreeable, and they do what they think is right. And there is an element of virtue signaling, and there is an element of, I want to be liked. I don't want to be ostracized from my group of friends. They're not your real friends, by the way, if they turn on you for speaking your mind. They can disagree with you, but they shouldn't ostracize you for it. So you've got that as well. And then you've got the fact that the people that these white girls are being pushed to are so far below them when it comes to standards. It's just amazing. But they won't see it. They won't see it until they've lived it. And then, of course, you've got the children who belong to neither group, which is awful for the children. You can't blame them for what their parents engaged with, what their parents did to them. They're not to blame. They are basically the living victims, the living consequences of this behavior. And then on top of everything else, of course, you've got this added bonus for non-white men. This, I was going to say this idea, but there's quite a bit of truth to it, that Western women are basically promiscuous sluts. You only have to turn on the television, I'm sure, to see girls getting drunk on a Saturday night, their legs sprawled wide open in a tiny little skirts the size of a belt, puking up in some high street somewhere. A lot of these girls are the age of parents who had already been married and had 8 children. These people have no idea of responsibility or good behavior. It's just incredibly sad. But there will be outliers. There'll be outliers, people like myself, who have always known somehow that it's wrong. I have never, ever considered race mixing because I just always known that it wasn't for me. And I never knew why. As a teenager, I never knew why. But I do remember that awful conversation with my mum, warning me against race mixing. And I made like really theatrical, like retching noises. Like, how could you say that to me? Oh my God, how could you even think that?
That's what you do whenever I mention soy milk in tea.
Yeah, well, there you go. I feel the same about both. It just makes me want to throw up. But basically, I still think there are some people, just like there are some people now who know something is wrong. And there are other people who do not. I wonder if some people they're just more attuned to what's going on. We've had this conversation, myself and Jordan, so many times. What is the difference between us and the people still buying into the mask, vaccine, COVID thing? Still buying into the Zio propaganda? Still buying into the race mixing, the demographic destruction of our lands. What is the difference between us and them? I know the obvious difference is we know more because we've done the research, but what led us to that point? What made us decide to do that research? Because that's the ultimate question here. What is the difference between us and them? Why did some of us choose to reject all of it and do our own research, and some of us have chosen to accept everything? Because that's a really good question. If we want to understand how to get people to stand up for themselves and to reject this tyrannical nonsense that's going on, we need to understand why they're accepting it now. And I'm sure the reasons are multiple.
Here's an interesting question for you. I thought about this earlier on.
Okay.
We need, obviously, what we do, we like people to build communities and all the rest of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're focusing on everybody doing that. Do you think that's the right approach? Or do you think it should be mainly a feminine thing? Also, comment on the screen.
That is a good question. I do think it will be women who lead the community building.
I agree. But that wasn't the question. I said, who do you think should start it off?
I don't know. I suppose.
See, I'm in the camp of whoever gets it started, great. At the same time, I do recognise that community building in general is more of a feminine thing than a masculine thing.
I think women tend to be more sociable. That's another reason why they've bought into all this nonsense, by the way. It's more important to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is the honest answer. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. That however this happens, it needs to happen. And I'm not about who starts it off.
Same
By the
here.
same token, if we were going to focus expertise, training, and preparation on a particular group, I would probably lean towards women. I wonder if it's because women are seen as the safer option. You know what we were talking about before with Will? If you're going to go and knock on someone's door, it's best to have a mixed group. Women are seen as less of a threat.
Yeah.
I think women are more welcoming, more engaging in that respect.
I wasn't even thinking along those lines. I was purely thinking along the lines of we do have different roles in society.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, it's always going to be women who create community. It's women. If you think about your average family, I talk about this all the time, that all my family come together at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they always have, but it's always been the matriarchs in my family who arrange all this, who make this happen.
Yeah.
Never been the men. Not that they don't enjoy it, but it doesn't occur to them to plan for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they would care if it didn't happen. They just enjoy it because it does. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. That's actually kind of my my approach. The saying that I like. Sorry, I'll say that again because my brain is kind of fried suddenly. What I mean is that is very much my own outlook on things as well. I never think of doing stuff, but I'm very happy when it is done.
Yeah, I just think, as you say, men and women have different roles. We care about and think about different things, although we often those cares often overlap.
Yes.
But individually, I think we have different priorities. And I think this may be some kind of survival skill if you think about it. We were talking about the longhouses before.
Mm-hmm.
To whose benefit is it to have a large family gathering at Christmas or any special occasion?
Women's. Absolutely.
Maybe that's where this stems from.
I think it is, actually. If you think about it, it keeps everybody in touch, creates a strong network.
But it's not just that, but if you're going to cook a meal for like 20 or 30 people, as a woman, you're going to make sure there's a goodly amount of helpers for the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's part and parcel of that. Or if you're just planning something, and forget the cooking, if you're just arranging something, or you're just stressed by the whole idea of Christmas. I think that's why women always arrange to have people come over, because I don't know how it works in anyone else's families, but in our family, the women always congregated in the kitchen and we talked to the cook, and the men would always sit in one of the other rooms and talk to the husband. Sit and have a drink and catch up and keep the children occupied while the dinner was being prepared. And it was a really nice symbiotic relationship, and it always worked.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always, it's me now that does this. It was my mother before me. It was my grandmother before that. And it's always been the women who have arranged these things and made them happen. And the men have always helped, don't get me wrong. They've not just sat there and, said, oh, well, fair play, you've done all that, and I'm going to sit on my backside now and watch you do all the work. That's not the case at all. They're glad it occurs, but they would never have thought to make sure it did. Just as you said.
I think we're just about getting done with the carving for this evening.
Yeah, I do agree with that, English bird. We don't exactly have large houses in the UK unless you've loaded. So kitchens tend to be sort of, I don't know, a cook and a spare, and then it's a squeeze. So
it is the largest room in my house, ironically. But then again, that goes back to how houses were built. Jesus Christ, that was hard to say.
Well, I live in a fairly modern house, and you live in a cottage, so obviously you're going to have a more traditional layout of your home.
Yeah, exactly. The bedrooms are tiny, and the reason for that is because what did they use bedrooms for? Sleeping.
True.
This is something that really, really genuinely irritates me. Bedrooms are the stupidest rooms you could possibly invent. Wait, what's the point? Why do I need a special room I can go to sleep in? This is dumb. I genuinely think the Vikings had the right idea. Just a big barrack sort of space. That's it.
I do agree about the special part. A quiet place to sleep would be essential. And again, we live in modern times. We have traffic and airplanes. Well, not anymore. And noise, general noise. And of course, we don't have natural light anymore. We have street lamps and various other things that actually detract from sleep, because there's a rhythm that your body goes through, and it knows when to sleep and it knows when to wake.
Yes.
And that's all been turned upside down by things like street lamps and various other lights and sounds that you hear through the night.
Yeah.
So I do think that there should be a designated space to sleep, whether that's like a barracks type communal place or not. It should still be designated away from the main sort of, I suppose,
living area.
Family areas of the home. Quiet and dark. But genuinely, I'm very concerned. I keep reading about people who, they talk about their children. Oh, I've just put a TV in my kids' room, and we've got the latest this and the latest that. And I'm like, what are you doing to your children? It's a bedroom. Let them have their toys, but when they go to bed, they shouldn't have any electronics on.
Agreed.
I don't have electronic devices in my room.
Same here.
Or an alarm clock.
Same here. I do not have anything in my bedroom beyond my bed and clothes.
I do have a phone up there, but that's for emergencies.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean a landline, not a...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, yeah.
But to be fair, a phone is not actually a bad thing to have in the bedroom. I can accept a phone.
Well, I suppose, like, if you're in the house on your own and someone breaks in downstairs, you can actually still use the phone upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut the wire, but that only happens in movies because most people wouldn't even know where to start. But genuinely, yeah, I think, if you want a good night's sleep, aside from all the craziness that's going on, you've got to make your bedroom a sanctuary to sleep.
This gets into something else. I'm trying to remember who it was I saw do this. Urban Farmer, I think was his name. He's a Canadian geezer. If I'm correct, you'll be able to find him by putting in Urban Farmer. He painted his bedroom with the OMF paint. So with the OMF paint or whatever the hell it's called, basically it's the paint that blocks radio signals.
Yes.
After that, he said he got a very, very good night's sleep.
Interesting.
And I've seen a number of people say the same thing. And the general gist is, because of all the outside noise, like the electromagnetic noise going on outside, it kind of messes your body up a little bit.
Well, yes, so our brains are electromagnets.
Yep.
I mean, you've got so much information traveling through your brain. They are computers, and they never shut down. Think what that does to your health. The interference. So it's really important that we have this shut down. What is the ingredient then in this paint that blocks this?
I don't know.
I just wonder if there's any dangerous side effects from the paint itself.
No, it's perfectly fine. I'm not entirely sure what it would be called.
And if we could make it ourselves, is it an ingredient they add to paint?
It would be an ingredient they add to paint. That's one of those things. I'm not sure it's really worth it. You might as well just buy it because it's the same. It's a little bit more expensive than normal paint. Let's put it on. This is what we do on the mainstream. We look up stuff. Joanne doesn't look up stuff because she hasn't got into the rhythm of looking up stuff.
Don't you start on me. I got a question for
fight.
you.
I got a knife.
Right,
Fight
multitask.
Fight me. Go on.
Multitask, damn it. Are you ready? Jeff says, Jordan, are you aiming to carve reindeer and Christmas trees into your jumper to make it a proper cheesy Christmas jumper?
I'm aiming for a little tree. That's going to be the aim. A little tiny tree. How that's going to work, I have no idea.
Timmy says, next week, Rudolph. David JC says, Canal Jordan, you're doing a great job. Well done.
Thank you.
It looks like a jumper. I'm genuinely impressed by this.
Oh, thank you very much. Right, it is called EMF paint, and I was a little bit wrong. It is not cheap. It is not cheap by any means. But, you know, if you're building a room or if you're painting your bedroom or what have you, and you take this sort of thing seriously, why not give it a go?
Be cheap, which is why I was asking, could we not add the ingredient that does the job ourselves?
I don't know what the ingredient is, love. But
if research it.
Exactly. If people know what they're doing and want to look into it, by all means. It costs how much is 1.4 kilos of paint? That doesn't answer anything.
I don't know. What's that in litres?
I have no idea. Okay, look, here's the link. Wants to take a look.
Who buys paint in kilos?
I have no Canadians, obviously. There's the link. I'm going to pop in general chat. If you can pop it into D-Live for me.
Of course.
That is what it is. So knock yourselves out, lads.
There we go, everyone. That's the link for this crazy paint.
Very expensive paint.
Bertie says, one of my customers did that. Y-Shield, it was called. It had metallic elements in it. Had to be earthed, apparently. I will say as well, there's a couple of other comments I want to mention on this.
Yeah.
Every time you drop a link, it brings me up to date with the chat. Michael X said it will screw your Wi-Fi.
Yep, absolutely it will. It will completely deaden everything inside your bedroom or inside whatever room you paint it in. So you won't get any phone signal.
Rory says, welcome Rory, says, looks like Jordan has a locking knife that's not a legal carry in the UK.
I have a carving knife. Definition is locking. I'm not super sure.
I've no idea
it doesn't
what
flip.
terms mean.
No, it doesn't flip or fold or anything. It just exists.
Will saying it took a while, but it looks good for a first-time attempt. I'm
Thank
really
you.
impressed.
It has taken quite a while. But, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I've learned as I've gone along. I've not just learned how to do the shapes, but I've learned how to do or the general sort of feel for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, this first one did take a while. But the reality is, if you keep practicing, you're going to get faster and it's going to be more streamlined.
Exactly.
You're going to learn the best way to deal with certain particular jobs on each piece. Bertie says the metal, I guess, acts as like some kind of Faraday cage, but all electronics in your home, would they not be affected by it? Or is it just radio waves it affects?
It's just radio waves.
Okay. So that's your Wi-Fi and your microwave then. Answer me.
It wouldn't affect your microwave, no.
So just your Wi-Fi and your mobile phone signal.
And your phone signal in that room.
Right.
Once again, given the price of it, I wouldn't suggest painting your entire home in it. I would, on the other hand, say that maybe it might be worth painting like a bedroom, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea, especially if you want to completely switch off when you go to bed. That might be a very good idea.
Exactly.
English Bird says, one here says £50 a litre. Holy crap. Steve Cray says secret ingredient uranium.
It'd be cheap.
Will's saying a kilo of paint. Maybe it's very heavy with metal flakes so they can sell it by weight for more. Ian Miles says it's woohoo. I've worked with electromagnetism and radiation all my life. The sun emits every frequency in the EMS. You absorb radio waves from everywhere.
Fair enough. I completely bow down to people who have knowledge.
Thank you, Ian. Regarding your knife, Steve Cray is saying under 3 inches blade is legal last time I looked. And Stephen O says we call that a fishing knife.
It's definitely under 3 inches.
Coolio says don't do paint, shellac polish or beeswax. Have some class, we're not thuggers.
Absolutely. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the end. I have a feeling I'm just going to put some linseed oil on it because I have some. What does chat make of linseed oil spontaneously combusting, by the way? I hear this a hell of a lot. I've had a little, not like a vial, like a little bottle of it for years, almost probably going on 20 years at this stage. It's never gone anywhere. I'm rather disappointed, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's mean. Right, Philomena says, well done for your first jumper, Jordan. Stephen O says, Jordan has made a cookie and something to start tomorrow's fireworks.
Slowly, lads. Don't you worry about it. And it's definitely getting there.
I'm honestly, that looks amazing.
Like, considering what it started off with, basically that. And it was basically that for about 40 odd minutes. At some stage, it's developed into something real.
Exactly. I haven't forgotten the hard cheese jokes and, you know, the Christmas square.
The Christmas square was a good one.
The Christmas block of wood and the tiny chessboard. No, it's all fun and games. I know everyone's really just enjoyed this stream so much. Really relaxing. We'll definitely make this a regular thing.
Definitely.
If anyone thinks they would tackle something like this on a stream next Thursday, we've got the sign-up room on the Discord now. If you want to appear on any of the streams where we're having guests, just pop your name in there, tell us which stream you'd be available for, and we'll get in touch. We know you're messing, Stephen. Don't worry about it. It's all a laugh. We're all friends here. It's all just, you know, friendly banter, as they say. That's it. That's a good point, Steve. Be quicker to whittle a bar of soap.
Absolutely, but it's less fun.
Yeah. Will says this was a fun change of pace. Bertie's got high hopes for you. Says next men's stream he'll be carving a kayak.
Jesus, might take a while.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get that done in one stream. That would be one of those 24-hour marathon streams that Jordan keeps threatening me with, and I keep refusing.
My hand would die.
Ragnar says, I've heard of linseed getting hot on rags in a trash can, but most VOCs and solvents will. So I'm not sure
Fair enough.
that answers your question. Maiden Cornwall says, well done. Your big love heart from Sir Francis.
Oh, thank you.
Can't put up on the stream. I can't put stickers up, which is annoying because we have some great ones on DLive.
And then we have some others, and it's like, yeah, probably best we can't put that up.
Yeah, that's true. Will says, if I was still in my old place, I'd do a bit of swapping out a joystick. Well, there's time, Will. I'm sure that there will be something else you can do. Thank you very much, Rory. Back at you. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you spend with the people you care about and that you're having a great time together.
Indeed. I most certainly am. I've had a great deal of fun doing this, I must admit.
It's been more fun for us, I guarantee it. Because we haven't cut ourselves, and there's no sort of performance pressure. Yeah. So, anyone with anything, just this isn't the most exciting thing in the world, and that's the point. Yes, it's therapeutic. There you go. It's relaxing.
It's real. That's the thing. It's real. It's not just sitting around and complaining about stuff. Equally, it's not just playing a video game. I've actually created something and I've got something to show for my effort.
Yeah.
This is not moving pixels around on a screen.
This is why Boudica's streams are so relaxing as well. She basically does what Jordan's doing, except she's knitting or crocheting or...
she also knows what she's doing.
But it depends what she's working on. But that's what she does. I'm not sure if she has the conversations we have. I suspect not.
But she's on her own, to be fair.
But I know that she goes on with kids occasionally and they have a knitting stream.
Mm-hmm.
And they just all chat about just whatever. And people tune in for that for the same reason. It's relaxing. They can see someone doing something really wholesome, having a relaxing chat. The whole audience is relaxing with them. So yeah, more of this. This is, as Will said, this is a lovely change of pace because we've got doom and gloom on a Tuesday. We've got all the sort of fire and passion of the community on the Wednesday. We could have something like this on a Thursday. And then we'll probably go to a bit more excitement with some guests on a Friday or a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be great. So, yep, sign up. Everyone knows where to find us. No excuses. Put your name forward if you're interested. With the thing that you can do or want to talk about. And we'll see if we can get you set up for the most appropriate stream. Yes, it is, Stephen. Yeah, practical. And I just like the idea that we've talked a lot about people having purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while this is a gift, this is a novelty thing that Jordan is making. What is the purpose here? Well, the purpose is not to make a jumper. The purpose is to learn.
A wooden jumper.
But the purpose was to learn the skill and share it with you. And he has more than achieved that. I know that he hasn't learned everything. There's a long way to go. But he's started on that journey. That's the purpose.
And I did it with you guys. I didn't cheat. This isn't Blue Peter. You know, you saw me cut myself. And this is why I don't like plasters, right? Look at that. Tiny little baby cut. It's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's good for you. It's bloodletting.
It's interesting. I read something about plasters a few weeks ago. I meant to keep it, mention it to you. I used to have this sort of box in my mind that I put like conspiracy stuff in, although I'm pretty much open-minded with everything after what I've seen recently. There's something, it was talking about something being put in plasters. You know, like something being put in the vaccine.
I've never heard that before.
I forget what it was. I'll see if it's ever floating around again or I can remember. That would be a great discussion. Just an interesting one. Yes, let's have one in the chat for Jordan, please.
Oh, thank you.
Because he's done so much work here today. We've all been relaxing and he's been working hard. Although I do suspect he's enjoying it far more than it sounds like he is.
What do you mean? I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is like Jordan's going to be buzzing with this for weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Do you know, I all this stuff came in on Monday, and I've been dying to do this ever since. I thought, no, I've got to wait. Now I can finally get going and do this more often. Yeah, I'm genuine. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is very fun, actually.
It's a real shame you're not going to do a second stream to finish this. Maybe we'll wait and see on that. If we can get someone to step up for next Thursday's stream who wants to do...
No. It's Thursday's gardening.
Oh, it's the 3rd. Apologies. First Thursday. Yes, it is the... What did we end up with a name? I've been away for 2 days. I've forgotten everything.
I forgot.
That's fantastic. You can't give me any grief over this now.
Can somebody find the link for the last? Actually, one minute. I know where it is. Oh, wait, go there.
Does anyone remember what it was that won? Was it "This Is Why We Dig"? This is why we.
I'm looking.
This is why we dig. Thank you, Philomena. There you go.
Okay, this is why we dig. It is then.
Well, no, don't just agree with me. We could both be wrong. Is that the actual winner?
I trust Philomena.
I trust Philomena.
There you are. Then.
I would have trusted it more if you'd sounded a bit more sure.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for it.
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
I was looking for it.
I'm going to go on the Discord and have a look.
You'll need to make sure that's the correct link.
It's the update.
I actually think I sent you the... Yeah, I think I sent you the correct link, so check in there.
Yeah, this is why we dig. We've got 27%.
Good.
Is that the right one? 9 votes?
Yep, that must be the right one.
Right, okay. This is why we dig. Thank you, Philomena. I did not distrust you, my darling, I promise. This is why we dig, you dig, says Will. I'm so glad everyone likes it. It's such a fun name. Right, so yes, apologies. Everyone just ignore what I said before. In 2 weeks' time, if you have something similar to this and you want us to put it on the stream, please get in touch. We will gladly talk to you about it. Next week is the gardening stream. That will be the first Thursday of each month. We've such a lot to go through on the first stream, as you can imagine. We're going to be talking about the medicinal properties of plants. We're going to be talking about the nutritional value. We're going to be talking about the planting guide that Jordan spent so much time on. We're going to hopefully incorporate some kind of identification guide so that if people are out and about walking, they can recognize wild herbs and plants.
That one will take a while.
Yes, it will. But that's on the to-do list. It's something. Yeah. If anyone does have any wild garlic or anything growing in the local area, they want to send in a little tiny picture, a little screenshot, we can add that to a document. That would be incredibly helpful. Thank you. Oh, Andrew, yes, we must not forget. We're going to hopefully have Andrew on as well to talk about his microgreens and let us know how he's getting on with those.
Absolutely.
And
I really think that's such a great idea, especially if you're somebody who eats a lot of salad.
Yes.
Grow your own salad, and then you could just cycle through them really, really quickly so you can get what you like.
Yeah, all of these overviews that Andrew has made have really utilized the very best of space, time, and money.
Yep.
So they're so important for more than just the obvious reason. So yeah, a big round of applause for Andrew. Yay! He's worked so hard on this and he deserves every bit of credit he gets. So yes, there's loads going on. Green Dragon's asking, last night in chat we were talking about the pin badges. Do we have any plans on that front? We do have plans on that front.
Yep.
But with the lockdown and various things going on, it kind of got put on the back burner. It's still something we plan to do. We just haven't quite decided how we're going to do it. We will get there.
They are definitely in the works. Just we need to get a couple of other things sorted out first.
Richard the Lionheart has just turned up. Good evening. He's asking what you're doing. And Daffy Duck has said a smaller piece of wood.
That's probably my favourite comment of the night.
Oh, look at all those ones. Wonderful. Yeah, Andrew's worked so hard. So yes, we're definitely going to go ahead with the badges or the pins or whatever we end up with. With regard to what Jordan is making, aside from a smaller piece of wood, he decided he wanted to learn how to whittle. So
that would be a fun activity to show on stream.
Yeah. So we thought, what can I make? Oh, I'll make something to hang on the tree. And there you go.
Exactly. I have no idea what I'm doing. As per the spirit of the men's stream, I just kind of picked an idea and ran with it, basically. That's how they've worked up until now, and that's how they will continue to work.
And everyone has massively enjoyed it, so good call.
I have, and honestly, I've really enjoyed this. It's been a great deal of fun.
Jordan's not going to go to sleep tonight. You know this, don't you?
Now I'm going to buzz. I'm going to sit there and just bounce around.
I'll find some random message at like 4 a.m.
Like you did the other week.
Yeah. And it'd be like, damn, one of the arms fell off or something. I guarantee it.
No. I'm not that stupid. If that happens, it's
stupid.
If that happens, it's just become a sock.
Or it's a jumper for a one-armed man.
You know, the peg leg Steve, eh? Or peg leg Pete, rather.
Right. Okay. I think on that note, because it's 10:30, this is the longest men's stream we've done in a long while.
I know.
I'm so glad everyone enjoyed it. I'm so sorry that the people
not as bad as I
am have missed all the fun, but you can watch it back. We've just had a relaxing chat while Jordan's been whittling. Jordan, Stephen says, I want to do basic car maintenance and welding videos. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Desperately needed.
As a stereotypical useless female, I think it would be beneficial for everyone in our community to know the basics of maintaining a car, to know when it sounds wrong, to know when it needs work, to know when the oil needs changing. All the things that we just palm off on other people. We're going to have to start getting our hands dirty and doing these things ourselves. We need to know our cars, because with what's coming,
especially considering they're banning them.
Yes. So this is going to be a definite mend version, because you're not going to be able to buy them brand new anymore. And that means, of course, parts will dry up. So we're going to be talking about finding the right parts for your vehicle, going down breakers' yards, getting familiar with that, knowing what makes your car work, knowing what the problems sound like, hoarding, if you can afford it, spare parts, because you just won't be able to get them. And what happens with scarcity? Well, things become extremely expensive. So
yep, they're going to start price gouging.
Of course they will. Stephen O says, Jordan, let's not talk about men's feelings. Right, okay. Oh, let's talk about men's feelings. Lol, not. Okay, so just for clarification, in case anyone is worried, that was a one-off. It was International Men's Day. And it was an important subject, worthy of a discussion. And it was a one-off because of that particular day and that issue. Everything we do now, apart from Tuesday Tyranny, is going to be focused on positives, on community, on growth, on happiness, on prosperity, on getting things done, on making, doing, and mending. So just put everyone's mind at rest. Positive from now on.
I think we've been positive all the way.
I think we have, but obviously going through the COVID stuff and that was just depressing as hell. It needed to be done. It's been done. That's it. No, we can't. Unless we're on DLive, we can't see any donations. So, yes, thank you very much.
Yep, didn't see them.
Right, yes. Okay.
Anyway, Lemonade.
There you go. I've got my job, apparently. I can always make sarnies, says Bazooka Joe. I'll chip in. If people need sarnies, someone's got to make them. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Okay, right. On that note, then, it's 10:30. To everyone who is not on DLive, thank you so much for supporting this stream and for joining us.
Indeed. I've had a great time, and I very much hope you have as well.
Yeah, we've appreciated this. And we hope you've had a nice, relaxing evening. Isn't that nice for the midweek-ish?
It is. Well, it's Thursday. It's close enough.
Yeah, kind of halfway through the week. So, yes, we hope to see you tomorrow at 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
Indeed.
DLive, let's go and do what we need to do. Oh, let me take that down. Oh, that is down. Okay, there's a delay on DLive. Hey, at least we streamed to DLive tonight. Woohoo!
Yeah, that makes a change from the rest
Pat
of
on the
it.
back for everything just working like it should.
There we go. A final look as things currently stand. Actually, pretty bloody decent.
I'm suitably impressed.
All things considering.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Andrew got loads of praise tonight for his hard work. Jordan, you have really impressed everyone, I think, with your sheer perseverance and the fact that this is your first ever time carving wood at all. You've done amazing work. I can't wait to see the finished product.
I will say, as a general sort of summary, great fun. Pretty easy to do. There were a couple of things I wish I thought of when I first started. For example, rather than messing around up here, maybe should have just focused on rounding the edges off and then getting to work on this. That would have been probably the most reasonable thing. When dealing with this, cutting little V's made this so much faster.
Yes, whose suggestion was that? Was that Andrew or Will? Or was that someone else?
I think that was Neil Christie.
Oh, in that case, well, whoever it was, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because if it weren't for you, we might still have had a block of wood by the end of the stream. So yes, thank you so much. Right.
And also for anybody interested, yes, responsible tool owner. I am sharpening my tool before I put it away.
Okay, the girly hands. Ragnar, you need to get past this, honestly. Seriously.
Hey,
Right.
they've done some work today.
Yes, they have. Yeah, he'll have calluses and stuff tomorrow, like a real sort of farm hand or something. Done some real work today. You've done some real solid work, though, Jordan. Genuinely proud of you. Well done.
I am as well.
Okay, if everyone is ready, Jordan, you're not going to like what I'm about to say.
Go on, break my heart.
I'm dishing out the lemons, and I don't think you're going to get any.
No, I know I'm not.
Okay, 30-second countdown,
ever.
everyone. Can I just say in advance, whoever gets the lemons tonight, spend Jordan's lemons wisely. Won't you? Spend them wisely. Don't spend them all at once. No, just enjoy them. And Jordan wants you to enjoy them as well. He's only pretending he's angry that you stole all the lemons. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm only a fake curmudgeon.
Okay, so the luckiest winners.
What was that laughter for?
Philomena.
It's almost as if you didn't believe me.
Of course not. Timmy Bobbinson, Will RR. I think that's the first time you've made our top 5 list. Free Gamer,
I think it
and
is.
Sir Francis. So Philomena got a whopping 124 lemons. So Philomena, you are lemon rich this evening. Enjoy, my darling. And yes, Green Dragon, exactly. Philomena got gypped by DLive, honestly, so many times. And at least it's making up for it now. I don't know that you'll ever get yours made up, though, Jordan.
No, probably not.
Unfortunately, because you spend more time talking now than typing. I just don't think you'll ever redress the balance.
Probably not. Tragic, but such is life.
Oh, right. Hang on. That just sped up the screen. Yes. So Will is asking everyone, asking me, sorry, to remind everyone that Eddie is in the reading room. That's Eddie Longshanks. And he's reading The Hobbit. If you'd like to go and show some support, we would very much appreciate it. Please go over there now and say hi, and let's get this community rolling. Thank you so much, everyone.
Absolutely. While we're at it, we're also now on Gab. Using Gab more and more and more. If you would like to join us over there, by all means, please do. It would be great to have you.
Yes, thank you so much. What a wonderful community. What a great stream. As I said at the start, I was in a really naff mood at the start of the stream because I was just exhausted. And weirdly, I'm quite buzzy once we finish streaming, and it takes me a while to wind down. But this I was winding down while we were streaming, and that's never happened before. That was amazing. I don't have the link for Gab. Jordan, I don't suppose you can grab it real quick, can you?
The Gab address is really, really easy. It is simply gab.com.
Yeah.
/ this is why we. Why can I hear myself?
Do you know I've not had my headphones in all night?
You know, I've noticed a couple of times. I don't know why this is suddenly an issue, but such is life.
There we go. I'll send it there.
There we go. I've just sent you the link. If you can pop that into DLive for me, please. Oh, you already did. Good.
We're not posting to Facebook anymore.
Oh, who knows?
Right. So some of them have got a tick. DLive's got an X, and Facebook has a circle. Oh no,
No, that just means waiting.
Loading. It was yeah. Right. Let me do that again. So it's gab.com / this is why we fight.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Pretty damn easy to remember. Thank you, Alistair. Right. Oh, link for The Hobbit. If you just go on the DLive, it's in the reading room, Stephen. Yep. Thank you so much, Timmy. You guys are amazing. I almost don't want to go. Had such a good time on the stream. So thank you, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30,
Indeed.
as usual. But let's talk about. And we have a special guest for Saturday. We'll reveal all tomorrow.
Indeed, we do.
Okay, take care all. It's almost the weekend, so enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow night.
See you.